I can see my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Wow, everybody, welcome, and a big welcome to me. It's my first time ever here in the Conqueror League. Not your first time, though, if you are here watching. We got week number 7. We got about a couple more weeks left of Titan Esports as a whole before we head on into a playoffs, and we've got a banger matchup here looking at the teams. It's a big one, fighting for that number 1 seed spot, SFC going up against TMGP.
Yeah, this is the last week of the regular season here, Cilantro. So this is the final standings after today, and this first place spot obviously going to be hotly contested. And, we're ending the season on a banger, and we're going to see who's going to be taking that number 1 spot in Group C. And, of course, we have to introduce Sean's fan club here. Antigua, not important. Sean, of course, namesake of the group. These are some veterans, some Titans in this league here. And, of course, they're going up against TMG Paladins here with Duan, of course, and Michael Lazy. Very familiar names, of course, across the board. And so this is going to be a battle of the veterans. They're leading their teams into that first place. And very coincidentally enough, they have the same scoreline. So today we're going to see who's top dog, Cilantro.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully looking forward to a banger looking at both these two teams' OPGGs, just casually, just to see what we might have in store for us. I've seen some Smolder being spammed coming out of Yoi, if that's how you say their name, Yoi. So we could have a potential 35-minute banger with Smolder gameplay coming in. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the champ, even with its buffs. Heavy engaged champions coming out from Symphonic as well, so it looks like things here are about similar to what we see with the meta. Sometimes I've casted a little bit of Vanquisher. They could be all over the place sometimes, and even Immortal. Well, we have some crazy picks over there in Immortal, let me tell you. But it looks like overall, looking up over both these two teams, not gonna have too many surprises coming out on either side, and even though we are playing on a new patch, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, unfortunately, you're talking about the other Paladins team. Or, sorry, the other True-Minded team.
Oh, did I click on one?
Yeah, we're on Paladins here. That's okay. There's 2 of them. So, first time in the league. We make some misses here. But, of course, True-Minded Gaming here, they have their star players. And, I'm just waiting here for that draft confirmation so we can hop right into it. But yeah, the Smolder, a lot of players have really been liking that. Of course, engaged champions here to stay. They have a lot of ADs still viable in that mid lane, so I don't see any reason to stray from that.
No, and with the 2 getting nerfed, the Corky one not really being too much of a big deal, whereas the Tristana one is a little bit more heavier. Everybody has just been doing what League players do best. You take away one champion from me, I'm going to go find another one. So we've got stuff like Caitlyn, Zeri, Draven coming out into the mid lane, even Varus. I've seen some Varus top across a couple of leagues here recently. So you try to take these AD champions away, and League players, we're stubborn. We're just going to go play another one somewhere else. As we've coming out straight into the draft now, Udyr and Volibear taking away 2 very strong top presences, as well as the Mordekaiser tells me we're looking towards some sort of Sejuani angle maybe coming out of Paladins, and maybe, some sort of top side that is able to get countered up by the Mordekaiser. It used to be Skarner, but Skarner's not really touched anymore, as the Poppy is going to be banned away next up on this list. And so far, I'm looking at what teams play, it seems to be just either some counter bans or comfort pick bans coming out on both sides.
Yeah, a lot of jungler focus. Of course, they double flex into that top lane, Zeri. Only 80 carry being banned. Surprisingly, a lot of the power 80 carry picks are not being taken away. And the Sejuani is going to be coming out here. One of the best prio picks currently in the meta. The other one being like Leona. Leona is super strong early. And then the best 80 carry, in my opinion, blind, is the Ashe. They're going to go ahead and pick up the Lilia, which is a counter to the Sejuani. However, it's not something that's going to completely smash the Sejuani, something like a Nidalee pick would do. Instead, going to be operating more as that peel in the team fight, run around, be a nuisance, and hit a really good sleep on the counter engage. Ezreal, the only other AD carry that I didn't mention, going to be picked up super strong because of the flex, and the best response is Kai'Sa.
Yeah, I could be seeing the Kai'Sa come out. Jinx is also still a decent first 80 carry pick. I still feel like that Ezreal is going to go into the mid lane. I feel like 98% of the time you see an Ezreal, it's going into the mid lane.
Ooh,
Here we have the Senna
okay.
Ornn bot side. This one's kind of been running around the Rift recently, and I am a big fan of it personally. I love Senna as a champion, and seeing Ornn get out of the top side and get a little bit more action in the bot side, I'm definitely here for it. Going to be rounding out the side of Sean's fan club with a Nautilus, so I'm still going to hold on to the fact that I believe that's an Ezreal mid, and they might lock up the Kai'Sa themselves on the side of Sean's fan club if it does not get banned away. Kai'Sa Nautilus could be a great scaling combination going up against this Senna Ornn. They could be able to match that damage, and having that double AD damage on the side of Sean's fan club would help with this very, very tanky front line so far with Sejuani Ornn. Going to be able to help chunk that down, as Lilia burn damage will be stacked on top of that. Really just want to get this so far of a brick wall that Paladins have already drafted taken off the board as quickly as possible, as Olaf and Pantheon, as well as Gnar and Kled. Gnar's been seeing a lot of play recently. I'm actually excited to see that champ back in the sort of meta. And Kled, an interesting ban. Never seen that one before. I've never seen anybody ever play Kled in competitive, but we can tell we're in that sort of stage of comfort bans coming out for the top and mid side.
Yeah, Victor coming in here is not really a meta pick, but I think the champion is underrated in that, yes, the laning phase is not so good. You need to be hitting certain points into the game. But once you are activated, the Victor's team fighting is super strong. And also, Victor can poke really well with the laser. We have the Croc coming up blind in the top lane. There's a ton of answers into this champion right now. Quinn is something that people popularly play before. Kennen, more traditional, but you also have the Lilia, so you can't really do it. They're going to go with the Alawi, complete counter dive champion in the Alawi. A nuisance to play against in that top side, especially if you have no idea how to play against Alawi. It does make it quite rough. And we have the Syndra into Victor mid lane. This is the double control mage style that that people really haven't seen too much of in recent days, but we're hoping the patches will come through. Unfortunately, I think it's probably going to be 2 patches away for this to be more meta, but I'm happy that we do have a control mage matchup here. And for the side of Paladins, this is the most standard comp that you could probably do. They don't have a ton of 80 damage, so I would be a bit worried for them, especially if Nautilus and or Alawi get super tanky, but super standard comp front to back. Maybe Renekton finds a decent flank on the backside. Meanwhile, Sean's fan club, they can play it a little more loose. They have counter engage. They have more damage. They have more kiting potential. So I think that for them, despite the fact that it's front to back, they just got to play mobility.
Yeah, I really like kind of the idea here with Sean's fan club. The Alawi, obviously, a very strong top lane threat, very strong split pushing presence. Realistically, don't want to be fighting in those 5v5s. Wants to be having that split pushing presence. Maybe cut out a couple 1v2s, maybe a 2v2 in the side lanes. Realistically, where she wants to shine, and that's what's going to bring the Renekton or this Ornn. One of those two has to respond to her. It's most likely going to be Renekton 10 times out of 10, and that's where in the 4v4, Sean's fan club is going to come out on top. You're fighting with a Victor, you're fighting with an Ezreal, you lose a good chunk of that damage because you've drafted something like Ornn Sejuani, who don't do too much prio damage. Lilia is going to outshine in those 5v5s because of how much more damage she's going to be able to put out comparatively to this Sejuani. And then obviously the Mystic shots coming in from Lian, and Sean, obviously the star of the club, is going to do his best to nail as many laser beams on this front line as possible, chunk them down, maybe even find a couple onto the Syndra. Going to be realistically impossible to reach her if played properly. So it's just going to be up to Ant to take this Renekton out of the fight, and that's where I believe Sean's fan club will win out that 4v4.
Interesting that they go for this full topside invade, and if you're playing against Alawi or you are playing Alawi, that top brush control is super important because the worst level 1 champion in the game is Alawi without a doubt. And so you cannot get zoned from those creeps, or else that's going to be a dead Alawi up in the top side. Of course, Mike Lazy can also make it a gank up to that top side.
Oh!
And that would be an issue here. Oh, starting the E. Dwam knee. This is not the ability you want to start on, and it looks like not important is doubling down. Okay, extending for the ward there, and is probably going to be pathing towards bot side, but still top side pathing from Mike Lazy is going to be an issue for Antigua. Has to somehow dodge this gank.
Yeah, it says wanting to kind of prior this top side, get the Renekton ahead as much and as early as possible. Can look for these bot side ganks, but Ezreal, as we know, Crims is one of the most hardest champions to gank in the game. He literally just can get out. He has basically double flashes. One of the most high mobility 80 carries, and Envy is just going to be there for peel no matter what. So, going to be expecting to see lots of prio towards this top side coming out of Mike Lazy, and you got to weak side this bot side a bit. Get that Senna scaling, let the Ornn farm up a bit. And not going to be expecting to see too many fights coming out down here. While it's not important, it's going to be pathing towards that bot side. I feel like that's just because he wants to try and establish some sort of dragon prio and dragon threat. He wants to take these away from this heavy scaling stacking team comp that Paladins has. But that's going to open up the Void Grubs under the top side with a Renekton on your team. And Ornn as well. Maybe went demo. I can't really tell right now if he went demo. Having those Void Grubs could be crucial in your later terms of macro play.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of options here to be taken across the board. I see Mike Lacy going for a gank towards mid lane, level 3 as well, but Syndra's only level 2, and it looks like there is the flash plus a large chunk. The damage comes through, hitting level 3 on the gank. And that is going to be first blood for this Syndra here. Good start from Paladins.
That's big. Getting Syndra online and early, not important, is looking for some sort of response. Does have the damage to be able to fight Mike Lassie 1v1 Syndra. Yes, Syndra has already moved up. Is going to be a little bit late coming down to be able to respond and help out that jungler. But the flash comes out and not important, and he's able to find the beat down onto the Sejuani. So at least goes 1-for-1 in the mid side. It's not going to be a first blood, but he's not important. At least able to trade out something while Not Lima is trying to trade back onto the Syndra, has a little bit of a level advantage, but Sean has returned to the lane off of the backside of... Actually, Sean's not running TP. I just realized that. He's running Ghost on the Victor. I could see it, but
no, we want TP here.
We do. I don't disagree, but you know what? I'm a fan of the cookage, so I could, I could see it. I enjoy a little bit of a...
So they actually have a sub in the mid lane. This is not Zodiac that we were expecting. This is not Lima here playing. Just want to bring some extra information here. So they are throwing in a sub, or they might have changed up, the starter positions. As I think here, not important, does burn the flash on the way out. That is something that we do have to note. And Mike Lassie did give over first blood, so this is super pulling out the jungle clear for both these junglers, which is a nice advantage for Mike Lassie.
Yeah, I agree. Already getting Not Lima back into the lane with that lost chapter is going to be able to help poke down Sean as much as possible. It's not important. So looking for a potential gank onto Not Lima here as well. Sean, there's the Ghost proc, but he runs straight into a Scout of the Week. Unfortunately, Ghost is not going to help you be able to dodge out that one as Mike Lassie. Yep. Maybe looking for a Q knock up, but Not Lima's a little low HP. Has to be a little bit careful. He's already eaten up a chunk of that E damage coming out from Sean. And we see that the neutral objectives starting to make their way and presence known across the map. Maybe Not Important wants to go for this invade. Knows that this is one he does not have flash. Knows that Not Lima is not have the HP to be able to stop this. Do they have the damage though? Ooh, nearly. Mike Lassie, you're gonna have to turn tail and settle for your bots, your top side. That could open up the first dragon of the game because you do have bot side prio as well. Oh no, he's just going to look to take it back. It's looking like.
All right, looks like we're starting to come up on Grubs timer here, and this is the real idea behind picking up a Renekton. You got to get Grubs. If you're not getting Grubs, what are you doing with this pick here? Should be winning on with that top side. Domini should have the pressure and prio up there, and we're just waiting around to see if Paladins are going to execute this part of the draft. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. Has to bounce this wave. It looks like eventually we'll be able to on the next one, not this incoming wave here. That should be decent timing for those Grubs. Not the best, but might be good enough.
For sure. Well, as you know, all you have to do is solidify 4. So, if Not Important really wants to, he could take all 3 if this goes confirmed, uncontested. He does have a little bit of topside prio right now. The allow is shoving into the Renekton. Dualmi is getting under the tower. Sean is struggling a little bit to match the Syndra's clear. That's the power of the Lost Chapter in her pocket right now. So it's going to be a little tough, but the bot side prio is starting to sway as the wave is bouncing in to Sean's fan club. So this could open up a potential dragon timers that are looking for that full-on tower dive. Lian's got to do his best just to clear out this wave. Mike Lassie knows he's not going to have the advantage here shortly. Is going to turn and look to begin this dragon. This one should be scouted out sooner rather than later, or they will be aware soon, but not important with the top side trade-off as Sean is starting to gain mid lane prio. It's going to be a great neutral objective 1-for-1 trade, and I like that they take these away from the Renekton.
Yeah, they're just going to trade it here. Notlima going to get ulted, as looks like Sean trying to do a bit of a freeze and zone scenario here in the mid lane. Notlima does have flash, so I don't think there's going to be a kill, but the pressure in this mid lane is going to be benefiting that Victor. So looks like Sean dominating in this lane phase so far, even though got ganked and is a kill down.
This is all quite true. Sean doing his best. Victor a little bit easier once you get the E upgrade to clear out these waves, as we have a potential tower dive going into the top side. Sean not going to be spotted roaming on up here. Does not have that ghost
too small.
online.
Wave's too small.
I agree.
Okay.
The wave is starting to bounce in though.
It's not really the best value risk to reward here.
I agree. I personally would not have gone for it, especially because we can now see that Mike Lassie was starting to move toward the top side. Renekton would have been able to stall that out with the dominance and buy enough time for Mike Lassie to be able to get up in the nick of time. But this is kind of what I'm going to be expecting coming out of this game when we draft sort of Exodia comps like this, when nothing's really going to happen for the next, like, possibly 4 minutes until the next neutral objectives are upline.
I would say maybe mid lane would be a good look with the ultimates coming out. Mike Lassie and Notlima, both of them have a nice kill combo on Deshaun. At least burn a flash or something like that.
True.
So I could see that one being a pretty good gank. On the flip side, I mean, both these mid laners can build Mercury treads, and they should, especially for Sean. Stun gonna miss.
It's gonna go wide. The W's not able to land, but the Glacial Prism does come on in, unleashes the power to Notlima, and not important is not able to respond with a 1-for-1. So far, Mike Lassie looking to be able to knock Not Important over the wall. They want to go try Not Important, just trying to clear out this wave for his mid laner, waiting for him to get back in time. And not having that TP here, Grims, it's gonna deny a lot of gold into the pocket of Sean. It's not going to be able to get back off of an unfortunate death there. So he's going to lose out on almost the whole wave.
Yeah, didn't respect the flash. Just held it instead of just blowing it right there to survive. Probably would have been the better outcome, especially without teleport. Because when you have a bad death without TP, it's just that much worse. And so we can see nice recovery in the CS from Notlima here. And we're starting to hit that timer for our next objectives. 2 minutes out. Both teams got to decide what do they want to go for. On one side for Sean's fan club, you already got the first set of grubs. Second set of grubs coming in. If you think you can snowball these lanes, get the turrets going, might not be a bad idea, as we do have some trading mid lane. On the other side, double stacking dragons for Paladins could lead to some really good team fights down the line.
Well, that's also the thing. You were able to pick up 3 for the side of Sean's fan club, so you realistically only have to take 1 here. As Called Force is going to be committed into this bot side. Mike Lassie looking to make a play and be trying to be able to hook up. It's going to end up getting canceled. It's going to be a flash straight into the knockup, but it's just going to be responded with a flash of his own as Frozen Spuds is unfortunately going to find himself underneath the turret. The church line is going to be able to connect, and Not Important is able to trade out at least 1-for-1. Mike Lassie is going to be able to eat up a depth charge. It's going to be a 2 sleep. The lullaby coming down, but no real engage coming in off of the back of it. Notlima able to land the scatter of the week. The unleashed power finds Leah, not respecting the range that the Syndra has, and with that execute online, these HP bars extremely weak as Mike Lassie goes in with the Glacial Prism, able to find at least 1 more. Notlima flashes in, gets another scatter down, and it's gonna be 2 into the pocket of Mike Lassie.
Oh, I really like the later half of that one from Mike Lassie, getting the Q ultimate. Continue that, and they're going to reap the benefits. 2 plates going down as well as those kills. Notlima supercharged in this game. First item completed. Now looking to complete the second one. And Sean, meanwhile, does get a lot of plates in the mid lane, so it's not without cost. But overall, I mean, you know that Sean's going to be in the mid lane picking up plates. You need to back off on the back side of that gank and just respect the numbers advantage.
Oh.
Didn't do that, get burned.
Sean is going completely for the solo bolo, and he
shut
finds
down.
it. You know, you see what I mean? He's cooking with Ghost, man.
I mean, summoners are good on champions, Cilantro. What do you mean? Of course. It's just which ones are better is the question.
He couldn't do that with TP, man. That's the whole argument.
You can do that, Team Key. You could do it with home guards.
He's gonna be making that whole argument after this game. I'm telling you. He's gonna be like,
Ghost without a doubt is better in a fight than TP. I don't think that is. I don't think that is unknown in League of Legends, Cilantro. Well, anyway, talk about the state of the game. Gold pretty even for these teams, running about 12 minutes here. Straight onto the dragon from the side of Paladins. They don't have brush control, and it looks like Mike Lassie is in trouble.
It's going to be a great knockup. Not important. Gets rooted out from the root from Routine, trying to find the way out. It's going to be another call. The Forge got committed as the dredge line. It's going to help clean up at least one
miss.
kill. The root on the Frozen's Buds. Yep, not able to get that off. One more Mystic Shot, but Sean flashes in for the cleanup call. And that's a double kill, maybe looking to make a triple. Mike Lassie goes extremely low, but not important, able to find that one. Sean unable to clean him up too. So, you know, we had a very strong Syndra early, but now it's looking like this is all Sean's game. He's gone from, I believe, 1-2 to now 3-2 in a matter of, 2 minutes.
Yeah, picking up multiple kills in that little fight right there. Dwamni is charging up the rage, but not enough rage in the world to win that fight. Turret also taking a huge beating here from Antigua. And this Alawi so far hasn't been ganked, just allowed to free hit this turret up on the top side. And I would say virtually unpunished, unfortunately, for the side of Paladins. Very fortunate for the side of Sean's fan club here. As we're rounding out into the mid game, the plates are starting to drop. Sean... Oh, just no ultimate from Natlima. If there was an ultimate, that would be a dead Sean yet again. Rift Herald grubs are on the plate, but not much time left to pick those up.
For sure. I would love to have seen at least Sean's fan club able to, get not important in there to be able to clean up at least one point grub, get those Void Mites spawning, but unfortunately he has to respond to the mid wave getting shoved out. We're going to see that Mike Lassie's moving up towards these spawning, and he does not really have that topside prio. He's looking to just try and go ahead and start this off of cooldown. Not important, should be aware of this. Notlima's going to be able to move in for a little bit of assistance onto this Herald though. Gotta be careful. Sean can respond, and Antigua can be down there with the Leap of Faith if they decide to call for it. Unleash Power coming straight on down onto Sean. I haven't seen Skyr of the Week proc just yet. He's gonna try and bounce back, but doesn't really have the vision. And the Rift Herald is already down to about 3k HP, so this is looking like one that's all just about given on over to the side of Paladins.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone who could face check here. It would be Alawi, who was on the top side of that play instead. And yeah, Sean, you can't face check into a Syndra Sejuani. That is certain suicide. And it looks like only one of the mid laners has listened to me here, Cilantro. We have a Mercury Treads on Sean, but not Lima says, no. More damage is the key.
Yep, and he might be absolutely absurd for not going the Merc Treads, but he is able to pick the shutdown straight on to that Victor off of a great Glacial Prism out of Mike Lassie. Mike Lassie, truly the MVP of this game so far. I have not seen a single Glacial Prism miss. He's able to hit every single one of his targets, 2 of those being Sean, mind you. And so far, coming up big with these players on the Sejuani, maybe looking to wrap around onto Antigua, but instead, no, just leaving this top side to its own accords. I mean, you don't really want a 2v1 Ilali that has Leap of Faith online and a couple tentacles down, so... Oh, as we have a DC...
I mean, it's always good to burn the Leap of Faith and then return later. It's kind of like a summoner. Just make the Ilawi pop it, leave, come back later, and then secure the kill. But, I mean, Antigua's all over this top side. Is just the reigning champ of the top lane right now versus Dwamni. And so this Renekton, I think, is going to be largely out of the game. I think this is not a good pickup from Paladins. in the current situation. And so they're going to need to win the game elsewhere. This Renekton topside dominance did not happen, and now it looks like the bot lane of Paladins is in trouble.
Shot barrage, able to find at least two. Cultivor's got committed. It's going to be a great dredge line and root straight onto Grotine. And they're able to find the kill too. The Frozen Lullaby, Leaping Lullaby onto Frozen Spuds. One more Mystic Shot, not nearly enough damage. Dwamni is able to TP in with the Dominance, is immediately rooted up and is forced to burn out that flash. The damage is ticking down, and it is just barely off the back of Leon's Mystic Shot at perfect range. Able to find it, not Lima coming in, as there's a Glacial Prison that came in through my window. As Envy is able to get the dredge line just to be able to get out, and Mike Lassie has to burn up the flash, but Sean is able to tick down a ton of damage and force them to permanently retreat. The health bars are low on the side of Sean's fan club, but they're going to be able to get out with their lives. To believe it, all for one, nothing. No one died. They just got a kill onto.
No. Dwamni dead.
No, I meant no one died on the side of Sean. They just got the kill on Dwamni.
Oh, yes, of course. They were able to find the kill, get out. Antigua split pushing the whole time, and Dwamni blowing everything just to die at the end there. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Also, we're starting to get to a point where they're gonna need some heal cut for the Lilia and the Alawi. Renekton not the best builder of it, but someone's got to do it.
I mean, we could go the Mortal Reminder on Senna. Don't really want to. But I mean, if we really had to, she could be a good pick for it. I'd probably just build Bramble Vest on Ornn. Or the Sejuani, in my opinion.
Yeah, Sedge Thornmail probably makes the most sense, but honestly, it's pretty expensive to build a Thornmail on these rolls. So
True.
They don't really have a good Grievous Wounds user, unfortunately. So someone's gonna have to take the hit eventually, or this Alawi will just be able to sustain in the front line forever. As third dragon dropping down here, Sean's fan club looks like they have better position over it.
Sean
forced the flash
Sean.
again.
Flashes the Glacial Prison this time around. He says third time will not be the charm. You will not be finding me once again with the Glacial Prison. You know, you play, you adapt, you learn. You know, he's tired of getting hit by the Sejuani ultimate. But with that being kind of burned, it's going to open up a third dragon of the game. It's going to be an Ocean.
Antigua.
Given
They're
over
cross-mapping.
as Antigua is going to find himself in a 3v1 here. The Leap of Faith is committed. Scatter the Week's able to find the stun up. The Unleashed Power committed as well. The Dominance trying to tick him away, but Antigua is just able to flash right on by. Hits the Blast Cone. Sean is there for a little bit of backup as well. And like you mentioned, Crims, they just can't kill him.
Yeah, the sustain in the kit of Alawi is going to keep Antigua alive for now. We'll see if anything develops in the future, especially into 3 melees as well. Just imagine all the healing onto Renekton, Sejuani, and Ornn. It would be quite a bit of extra HP, as Nonpoint looking for a flank here does have the Lullaby. Gonna proc it.
Yeah, immediately puts Grotine to sleep, and the Victor ultimate comes down unable to find the Dawning Shadow either. In response, that's going to be another kill given on over straight to Sean. They're going to be able to pick up a bot tier 1 as well. No more tier 1s remaining onto the map. You're missing out on a mid tier 1 of your own for Sean's fan club, but you're not realistically too worried, especially when you have a very strong fed Victor on your side, as they're forced to just try and retreat away. Maybe they're looking for some sort of bait. Maybe Sean, feeling that they're strong enough to fight this Renekton, wants to try and poke him down. The Rift Herald is going to be committed into this bot side, so it's going to be full defensive mode. No Lilting Lullaby under the side of Not Important, nor ultimate from Sean, so the wave clear is not realistically going to be there to stop this Rift Herald from smashing. So we might have a dead bot tier 1. But do they decide to continue some sort of fight after this turret? That's the real question. No, they were actually able to kill it. Okay.
They have no, not Lima. Their AD carry wasn't there as well, so Grotine, unfortunately, not there to get the hit. It looks like they're going to extend the play just a little bit, just to get it here. Meanwhile, the mid lane was getting chunked down by Lien. Nice arcane shift.
Yeah, that was a beautiful arcane shift there. But we have most people moving into this mid lane. I saw another arcane shift come out of the Ezreal there. No E. Maybe it's looking like a potential kill angle. Meanwhile, on the bot side, we got Dominance committed and the stun up straight onto this Renekton. This is not the pick, is what it's looking like. Leanne so far has been able to live on out. The Glacial Prism is going to go completely wide. Frozen Spuds, unfortunately, has to commit flash for that. That is so unfortunate. Call the Forge God onto Ant Egwas. First response wants to be able to run down this topsider. McGlassy, not Lima, Grotine, all of them are there. But can 4 people stop this Alawi? Maybe 3 wasn't enough. Maybe they just need that extra living oomph to find it. But unfortunately, the move speed on Ant Egwa is just a little too fast.
Yeah, that is going to make the Great Escape yet again. Going for Black Cleaver now on the Alawi. So the tank's going to be cut down a notch here. As Leanne did eventually fall to the Flash W from Frozen Spuds. But, I mean, if we just take a look, take a step back, almost all the tier 2s are... They're just in shambles right now. Sean's fan club with a gold lead. They have pressure on the map everywhere. They have a very strong Alawi into triple frontline, which is a great look for them. Sean's been pumping out the damage basically every fight now. And so, I mean, we're really looking at a game that is in the hands of Sean's fan club. They should be able to close this one out, but that may not always be the case here, Cilantro.
Yeah, I'd like to consider a game completely won until we have about a 10k gold lead. Roughly 8 to 10k gold lead is where...
That is a very safe margin, but
I mean, yeah,
a bit unnecessary.
Really? Because I've seen literally teams throw a 12k gold lead before.
I've seen professional teams throw a 10k gold lead, but the fact that matters is that it's very rare. It's very rare. I would make a lot of money betting the correct way on those.
Exactly. So that's why I say I don't think a game is over until we have that sort of gold lead. As we're just going to be another Glacial Prism going wide. I feel like I've caster cursed this guy at this point. He's missed the past 3 in a row. Dredge line straight onto Dwamni. Important able to flash on out of this one as the Call of the Forge God. I think that one is what ended up knocking on my front door just a couple seconds ago. As Ant Egwa is just going to be able to pull on in a little bit of a Shadow Clone. They're trying to run down this Alawi. Flash over the wall. Mike Lassie looking to be able to get the cleanup. And is going to be able to find it. This could be a potential Baron on opener angle. I don't think that they have this sort of means to stop TMGP from being able to move on into this one, except for maybe Sean's presence into this bot side.
Yeah, it is pressuring this turret here. I think they did knock the top tier 2. That's a nice deposit into their bank accounts. Sean working on this bot side here should be able to get that one if left be. And be in trouble, needs to hook out. Dredge line.
Find the hook out. Dredge line does come down, but it gets knocked up immediately. TP out of Ant Egwa, maybe looking to turn the spider on. I saw True Shot Barrage come on in as Mike Lassie already finds the kill off. Leap of Faith is online for Ant Egwa. Meanwhile, Sean able to maybe clean up not Lima into the spot side. Yep, able to find it. The fight swinging back into the favor of Sean's fan club. Multiple members of TMGP are in full-on retreat mode.
All right, we see Domini going to stop Sean. Does he have enough time? Sean ghosting out. And now on the chase. I mean, once Renekton uses his E, it's pretty much free. It's free hitting time, as it looks like we have a pretty aggressive Baron here. But look at the damage. Look at the Lily damage on this Baron. It's insane.
Yeah. Yep. That's Lilia for you. That's actually, I mean, that's AP junglers right now in general. They're just so broken off these burn items. Faded Ashes, I believe, is like the most broken component in the game at the moment. But a free Baron side, everybody on the team is going to be able to take it. So they're pushing towards that 10k gold lead, like I mentioned, you know? So now I feel like we're in a spot where we could say, okay, this game is mostly
No, it's not over until the Nexus falls, Cilantro. You can never, you gotta catch your bets. Can't never such a thing of playing it too safe. It doesn't exist.
I mean, true. But if you can't win a team fight, it's over. You'd have to find various angles, maybe even an angle found here onto Protein is going to get slowed on. Now that Sean is just going to be able to flash forward, find the kill. The person comes out into response, but it's not going to be enough damage as the Protein has already ended up falling. Now Sean's hunting down on the chase 2 with Ant Egwa. Not able to find the E-toss there that time around. And that's going to be free dragging up as well. They're going to be sitting on so wait. No, they need it. It's literally just walking at people. Its presence, it's just scaring them off. Just allow Alawi, absolute Chad on the Rift right now. They're going to go ahead and move in and potentially take this mid inhibitor turret. Nothing really can stop them at this point. With Grove Team dead, their damage is extremely lacking of how far this is.
They're champions top side. They're champions top side, so there's no defense.
Citro, what are you doing? You need to come back and help. Your team might end up losing the game here. The wave is going to be cleared up, though, eventually. All the Forge Gods only going to be able to find Ant Ekwa. Sejuani looking for the potential engage. Leap Fate's going to be committed to. And oh my! Down goes Dwamni in the blink of an eye. That man got absolutely eviscerated. And they're going to look to end it here on this potential wave. Scout of the week able to push back 3. It's not important. Maybe looking for the lilting lullaby. Only able to find the Sejuani. But M sleep is pretty big. That jungler is next. Essentially on the list of balls. The Treasury is going to be able to hook up the road team. And it's just Orb caught into the middle of Sean's fan club. And Crimson got 2 on it. Next is follow.
There we go. All right, now we know who wins the game. Safe to say, Sean's fan club picking up game number 1 here. And I have to say, for Paladins, it was looking pretty good. They had the gank count in the mid lane. They were able to catch Sean out a couple of times, but not enough. I think the big factor here was that second dragon, or their dragon number, where it was just not set up properly. Mike Flossie went over the wall. They didn't have cryo. All of a sudden, not important, and Envy come in to ruin his parade at the dragon. And then ever since that point, Paladins really never were able to find a winning moment, and it was all Sean's fan club from there on out. And not to mention, Antigua just allowed to be alone with the Renekton up in top lane the whole game, and it did not spell winning success for the side of TMG Paladins here, and Sean Fan Club reaping the rewards of that with the first win.
For sure. That game, Antigua, you may have had a little bit of a boring laning phase, but you came up big, because for some reason, everybody on the Rift was scared of you at some point, because all she did was just not die. She just farmed the entire game, but nobody could fight her, because that's just the nature of Alawi as champion. Well, going into game number 2, gonna be expecting lots of changes coming on out into the strategy out of Team GP, see if they can pull off a game number 3 potential upset and take us to game number 3, as right now Sean's fan club are the favorites to take this after a stellar game 1 performance. That Alawi probably won't make it through, but I'm more so looking at Lilia. I don't think that champion is going to be allowed to be played next game.
Yeah, I don't. Depends on the draft. I think Sejuani is still strong into the Lilia. There's a lot of other factors, and I think they played it decent enough. But maybe they'll change some bans, and we'll see who will be picking up the second win of this series here after a short break.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're just about to get headed on into draft number 2, and what a banger of a series. You know, coming into this league, not knowing too much, I was looking at the standings. We got 2 5-1 all-star teams fighting for this number 1 seed, and I gotta tell you, so far it's starting to feel pretty one-sided. Now, I don't know what Paladins are going to be able to bring out in draft number 2 to be able to fight back, answer back, but as a top tier team, that's kind of going into playoffs, something you're going to have to be able to do. And right now, they're going to get tested. This could mean a lot going into playoffs.
Yes, there's a lot of implications. You're going off to playoffs for the number 1 seed, of course. And in their first little tussle, Sean's fan club are going to strike first and get the first win of that game. And I mean, it was pretty close up until the mid game where there's a bit of aggression towards that dragon, as well as the bot lane dive. They kind of just really sent it. And sometimes, if you make 2 plays wrong in a row, it's really hard to come back. And so they had a couple of problems there. And also, they didn't really address the Alawi on the top side. Outside of that, like the ganks mid were pretty good. They were punishing the TP-less Sean pretty well. I think that they could have played through mid lane a little bit more effectively. Lima was super far ahead. Basically, could have one-shotted any of the carries on the other side. So like Ezreal could have just been instant killed, as well as Sean being punished without flash. And these fights didn't really happen. So they really just need to make some adjustments here. I think they are more used to having the front foot forward, need to make some adjustments if they don't necessarily if the game doesn't go their way so early.
Yeah, and I think like you mentioned, that mid jungle duo that they had with Lima and Mazila, where the game was starting to shine. The game was starting to develop and pull away for the side of Paladin. So maybe we hit the draft pool, get both those on some sort of hyper carrying champion that can kind of push those leads a little bit more effectively. Maybe see something like the Viego come out. I think that the Sejuani is still really strong, but you get a Viego a giga ahead like Sejuani was. Sejuani can't really make much use out of that early aheadness that she had a couple kills early on into the game. That's only realistically going to get her a couple of items to be a bit more tankier, maybe help out the clear speed a little bit, going that Bomby Cinder. But it's not going to be much, whereas you got a Viego, gets a couple kills into the pocket, boom, that could be almost a fully completed Kraken Slayer at 10 minutes, and then starts pressing those heavy invades while Lima has the advantage over Sean. That could be something that we see that Paladin starts to play out and use that kind of synergy that they have to kind of extend the lead further into the game, because yeah, you had a Fed Syndra, you had a Fed Sejuani, but the rest of the members of Sean's fan club just were able to find angles back into the game because your Fed carries or your Fed champions didn't really matter at that point in the game.
Yeah, I think they had a good initial early pressure. Sean were just able to find some angles, bounce back very well outside top lane, of course, and now looks like we're going to get a little bit of a side swap. Paladins preferring the red side of the draft, so they're looking to more counterpunch in this section of the game, and hopefully from their side find some really good picks onto R2, potentially R5, see what they can counter up here in this draft. Mordekaiser again being banned as well, so it looks like the Sedge now going to be taken away. One of the prio picks for blue side is removed. The other ones, not so much, still sticking into this game. Are we going to see Zeri?
It's a possibility. B1 still on the board, not being banned away from Paladins just yet. And now it will be. So they opened up an Ashe B1 angle, maybe a Jinx Kaisa B1 angle, one of those heavy 80 carry presences that they could potentially go for. Maybe they draft jungle here. Maybe they take away a strong pick because maybe on the opposite side, Team GP are looking to get that mid jungle baby 80 carry on the board instantaneously. But instead, they're going to be going for the Ezreal. Still could be a flex pick, but most likely going to be going back to Lien after we saw them on the pick last time around. And now we're going to have the Ashe on lockdown for Grow Team going into this game. They want to get this 80 carry onto the damage. Didn't feel like the stacking Senna was enough damage in that early game, kind of playing a little bit more towards that later half of the game win con, but they unfortunately were not able to reach that. Well, they're going to take away the the Victor from
that's a
Sean.
Victor.
I was confused because we have 2 not Limas on the draft screen. That's what I was looking at, and it kind of buffled me for a little bit.
Well, oh yeah. So that is there. This is not a mirror matchup down the line in the mid lane here as a blind Jax pick. Seems a bit crazy to me to blind Jax right now. I feel comfortable doing it into Victor and Ashe. I mean, something like an Ornn pick would be very nice. They are going to blind Braum despite no support being picked up right now. They better ban Karma, or else I don't know what the heck they are doing. They're going to go ahead and take a stab at Fiora ban as well. But yeah, the Jax coming out. I know it's Flux in the jungle, but like you could easily pick counter matchups right now and not get too heavily punished.
Yeah, it's possibility. This is almost a 3-way flex we have right here. As Jax could be topside jungle, Talia could be mid jungle, Ezreal could be mid AD carry. It could realistically go either way. My money is on that this is Talia mid. And we.
Oh.
What just happened?
Okay, well, we're gonna wait for production to confirm some things. Okay, it went back.
Ezreal was dressing up as Tom Kench for
Halloween.
Okay,
Tom Kench is gonna be picked right here because they picked Vi, so of course it's Tom Kench.
Yeah.
I guess you pick Tom Kench, but you have an Ezreal already. To be honest, I don't think you need a TK. Plus Talia blocks dashes as well. I don't really like the TK here. Would preferred Karma, something to dominate the lane, really take Braum Ashe out of the game. As top side, what is this? We're gonna have
Talia jungle.
Nefiri.
This is I feel like this is Talia jungle.
Nefiri mid into the Victor, so I guess that's a good matchup.
Yeah.
I'm putting it together. Kale top. Talia jungle makes the most sense right now.
We're getting word from production that this is supposed to be a Nautilus instead of a Jax.
Okay, so Tom Kench top now? What the heck are we doing? Can we go back to Jax? Can we go back to Jax? I like Jax a lot better.
I don't.
All right. My mind is blown about this draft here. Someone's cooking up something. I don't know if it's good.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
This is an interesting draft to say the least about it. Who's going topside? I guess it's Nefiri. Wait, what? Who? Okay, no. Tom Kench. Tom Kench. Nefiri mid. Talia jungle.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really like Tom Kench.
At least Paladins.
I'm a big hater.
You know,
it is Antigua. Okay, makes sense. But I'm a top Tom Kench hater. I really never want to see this champion top lane. It falls off like a rock after lane phase. The only thing it does good in top lane is dominate lane, which I guess into a Kale should be ideal. But once Kale is ranged, I don't see what much else Tom Kench can do.
Yeah, and I'm also a little bit worried because I don't think that the Kale is gonna reach that like power spike that Paladins is kind of looking for. She's gonna be able to get ranged. She's easily gonna get ranged, but I don't think she's gonna really. It's gonna be hard to hit that level 16 depending on how this game ends because last game ended pretty abruptly. And the Renekton didn't really find an angle back into the game, and so if Antigua is able to dominate lane just like last time and keep this Kale out and maybe even get first tower down before she can find his, it's going to be a little rough for Kale to hit that power spike, and that's what I'm kind of worried about. I feel like it's another draft coming out of Paladins that has a late game win con, and unfortunately we haven't been able to see them hit yet. So it's going to be interesting. This mid lane matchup is what I really want to highlight right now because Nefiri, at least in solo queue at least, has been a little bit of a Trojan horse dominator. I think she has like a 55% win rate or something in solo queue right now. Haven't really seen the champion at all in competitive, so going up against a Victor, I think she can win out lane early on. It's the team fights I'm more worried about.
Yeah, but what we're missing here? We really need to get that pro comp analysis for this draft. And honestly, with this crazy draft, maybe you do need something like that to analyze this game. Do you agree with me here, Cilantro?
I agree. Procomms, it's free to use, easy to install. At a click of a button, anybody can get it. What Procomms typically does is it acts as like a virtual coaching assistant. So if you're looking to play in an amateur league and you have not been able to pick up a coach or anything sort of like that, when you go into your ranked flex games, you can have Procomms on into the background, and it will analyze what is the meta and how you should be playing your composition and your champions up against what the enemy has done. And it'll kind of like act a little bit like a coach for you, tell you how you should have played your lane. Free to install if you have the Overwolf client already, maybe through downloading something like Mobalytics. Then you could just go into that and install it for free. There's no reason not to do it. So if you want to level up your draft game for your team or even within your solo queue and improve your matchups, go and install Procomms today.
Yep. Nice live drafting feature that they have, as well as giving you counter draft options as it's going on. Not a lot of tools do that. As Sean already getting chunked out in this mid lane, unfortunately, is pushing into Victor in a melee versus range matchup. Kind of the exact opposite of what you want here, because exactly what Notlima can do right here is zone away, and a gank coming through could blow this game wide open for Notlima.
Oh, Mike Lassie charging up the Vault Breaker. Sean might have to burn up
jumps
the
early,
flash.
but misses.
Oh, he dodges that perfectly. Sean does not even have to burn up the flash. I was expecting a flash Vault Breaker gank coming in out of Mike Lassie, but he decides not to burn it.
Unfortunately, again, not running TP, so is going to lose out at least one wave. I'm going to say more, and Notlima just has to sit it there, freeze it, deny so much golden EXP early. And so, despite the fact that the gank wasn't a kill, unfortunate miss from Mike Lassie, it's still going to prove very effective here. And yeah, that is a pretty sizable EXP advantage coming through from Notlima. Oh, Mike Lassie going to skip more camps. Double gank.
Yeah, we finally have some topside action as Antegua is unable to get the W on off and is forced to burn out the flash. So at least Mike Lassie gets a flash blown on one of his ganks, and we finally have some topside action coming on down. Is not important. Looking to trade out this topside scuttle. The bottom one hasn't been able to pick up either, so knows that Mike Lassie is within this topside. Is going to pull the Fury with them as well, as he wants to take these Raptor camps. But he can look for an easy double scuttle here. Going into these neutral objectives, that could be huge advantage for Sean's fan club right now. Not important, coming out big with these jungle timers. This Mike Lassie's looking for another potential gank onto Antegua. Maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew this time around, but we'll be able to find the W this time. It's not important.
Wait a minute.
It's coming to Mike Lassie. Vault Breaker was already used. Unable to get the seismic shove though, and he'll be able to go and punch himself on right out of there.
Yeah, when you don't have an immediate stun, it is quite difficult to get a situation like that in the 2v2. And so, Notlima here is out of mana, but can greed and stay, or can go back TP full HP with a buy, full mana, and we'll be able to shove that wave in no problem. Sean, noticing that this is going to happen, is going to early back, because if you can't positively trade against a mage without TP, you are in a bad spot.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised to see he's not running Ghost, man. I mean, I was expecting the full-on the Fury Ghost did, running him down like a dog.
Fury already has Ghost in the kit.
There's but you can run faster, you know? Like, it
double
Ghost.
Ghost.
Go faster. You can always go faster. I mean, look at Jinx passive when it got reworked on release. Right? Like, you can always go faster.
I mean, MS has diminishing returns. Oh, full engage here. Stun?
Ooh, stun is able to land. Trade out so far going into the favor of both sides. Kind of a little bit touched. So, we're going to have...
Yeah, I don't know if you can engage in this matchup if you're Fury. I think you just got to play the Q poke, or the knives poke. I don't know what slot it's on. As it looks like here with the bot lane provided by Ashbrom, the inevitable win will come through. Prile comes through. First dragon for Paladins.
That's the pressure that this Ash Brahm's realistically going to have. It may not really win out in the lane right now, but it doesn't realistically have to because of the amount of CC.
Oh no, it definitely wins into Nautilus Ezreal.
Okay,
no doubt.
It can, but Lian and Envy are not going to let them. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to let a Ash Brahm just run at them.
I'm talking about what should happen, not what does happen.
So well, unfortunately, Lian and Envy don't want that to happen.
I'm all about shoulds. Okay, that's my job over
I don't
here.
think you're wrong. I think that they should win the lane, yes. But Envy and Lien, they're not gonna let them. They're gonna play as safe as possible. And I mean, hell, even Lien has the CS lead at the moment, so who's really winning?
That is a bit of an issue. Should not be having a CS lead. As not important, taking the grubs. So they're going to be picking up some early split pushing prowess. Could be useful in something like a Nefiri, but they have to activate that. It doesn't just come into an existence. They have to play for Sean. Sean has to be up in lane, being able to 1v1 Victor at all times. Otherwise, the grubs will be for naught.
For Nautilus. um, getting a cheeky pun. But first dragon already picked up from Paladins. We're going to be expecting to see that Ash Braum kind of move towards these divisions. Mike Lassie, we need to get an angle onto Antegua. Dwamni has the level 6 hit. The range is going to be coming down onto this Tomkin. She's just going to be able to get out for free. It's not important. Comes in with the Weaver's Wall. Maybe looking for an angle to find onto Mike Lassie. Slash Bishop's not going to be able to get anything just yet. But he dashes straight in to the rock slide and has to burn out the flash. And Egwa charging at this Vi with his tongue out, looking hungry for more, but unable to find out anything. So we have more action in the top side this game around, but still nobody can kill Antegua.
I just realized two things. First of all, non-important didn't have mana, so I think they could have fought for it on the side of Paladins. But number two, well, that's first blood, 8 minutes in, going over to Grotine, who then sends it right back to Frozen Spuds. Lien trying to pick it up. It's a battle in this bot side here. Frozen Spuds with the biscuits, climbing an HP here, Cilantro.
Oh, the Winter Spider is unable to connect though. Oh, Mike Lassie comes down for a little bit of peel too. I think it's barely spotted out.
All right, Mike Lassie though has Hail of Blades. Why? This is 100% a conk game. This is a conk angle. We're going for Hail of Blades. I don't believe it.
Let him cook, dude. Maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe.
Oh man, people. Yeah, I'm tired of letting people cook. All right, we don't got chefs in the kitchen here. Okay.
He's running the chef Tom Kenshin. What do you mean?
This is home cooking gone wrong.
There's the worst cooks in America TV show.
yeah. This is
That's
like
NA League of Legends in a nutshell. Worst cooks.
We got Hell's Kitchen coming up right here. As that is a nice wave being pushed in from Dwamni, who is kind of surviving on this top lane Kale. That's a good look. Pause. The worst in the nightmare of Hell's Kitchen coming through the pause.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, I don't think either of these teams. Coaches should not be realistically. I don't think coaches are in VC with either of these teams. So not going to have the quote unquote Gordon Ramsay of Hell's Kitchen yelling at them for taking Hell Blades on Vibe. But that's what for after. That's exactly what it is for after. But the Ashes going ahead and backed in Alpha the last 1-for-1 trade, and it's got the good old Scout Slingshot. So is this going to be? What does that? The only thing I know, I was gonna say the only thing I know that to build into is Static Shiv. I've never built that on Kraken.
Yeah, I don't know what the idea is here. So
it's not a good item, to be clear. It's not good.
Because Kraken builds out of the what's it called? The Switch Axe, right?
It's the Switch Axe, recurve bow, and a pickaxe. Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Right. So it is the Hearthbound Axe. So this is not Kraken. No. It definitely should be Kraken though.
I agree.
It's one of the best first item spikes in the game.
I agree.
So yeah. The only one that makes sense is Static. Runon's is good, but you don't want to build it first.
No.
You definitely want to build that second.
Yeah.
So it has to be a Static Shiv. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense.
I agree. I personally would have been going the Kraken build. I would have went.
And then Mike Lassie is going. What is Mike Lassie building here?
Probably towards. Wait, is he building Kraken on Vi?
No way. I don't think so.
Hail of Blades Kraken Vi?
Trinity Force, maybe?
Do you go
I
Trinity
mean,
Force on Vi?
yeah, I
I
mean,
always
it
I always
used
went
to.
first item I always went first item Divine Sunder into Black Cleaver.
Yeah, Divine Sunder was the old one, which, Trinity Force is the closest to Divine Sunder in the current state of League of Legends. I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
I think we just need a culinary chef trained from,
Well, and Equa is at
here.
least building properly.
We got through the little riot pause, and now here, Mike Lassie was going for a lane gank. Dragons are coming up in a minute. Meanwhile, not important, getting in a very important takeaway. I don't know if they spotted Mike Lassie in the spot side here, but if they did, this is great counter jungling.
They're gonna spot him now. The Enchanted Crusader is gonna be able to find up Envy, and they commit the Brawl ultimate too. That's just about 3 ultimates for a Nautilus. That's crazy. As another ultimate was committed in the mid lane, not Lima looking to be able to trade out onto Sean, but is unable to get the kill off just yet. Ooh, expected the W engage, but is unable to find it. Not Lima winning out in the trade off here, but that would open up this next dragon, but instead, Mike Lassie has to make a run for his topside camps.
Oh, Sean's going low.
This is not why, like you said, Grim, this is why you don't engage onto the victor.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to win this as Nefiri. Apparently it's a good matchup, so maybe some higher level players can tell me. As Envy is going to walk through, the hook's available, straight onto Braum though.
Yeah, but Not Important's coming down through this, may be able to get a seismic shove, and instead it's not going to be looking for that. Mike Lassie trying to, get some desperation camps potentially. Dwamni is forced to burn out this kill ultimate.
Oh,
Antegua already used up the E, and he sees Mike Lassie cancel W! And Smite comes down too, but Antegua has flash. Maybe one Volt Breaker's going under the turret. They're able to find it. It will not be. No, it will be traded out 1-for-1. Not Important is there with the seismic shove. They would have get the kill on over to the Nefiri, but no, Not Important steals it right on up, and now they're looking to take down this KO. No ultimate into the backside. Envy, you've got to land the dredge line of a lifetime here. Not Important's gonna be able to flush. We're trying to get this low down, and it does get dodged up. Doesn't hook the wall either, but the seismic shove is gonna boop him straight back into the auto attack of Envy, and Sean is able to clean up at least that kill. So it was looking good for Paladins, but unfortunately, Sean's fan club was in the right place at a perfect time.
I think it is a bit awkward for Paladins to actually go up to the top side. Dragon was spawning. They could have just taken the dragon. Instead, they opt for a gank on the top side. And it does go well. They really needed to pull out of that play a lot earlier. Kind of just sitting around that turret, pushing it in. As soon as Mike Lassie is spotted out by the enemy team, Dwamni needs to turn tail. Looks like they're going to go stack up another dive at the end. Cleansing.
Yep, Mike Lassie trying to get on.
Oh, hitting the turret.
Shot barrage comes down, but the cease of this is able to clean it. The kill! Oh my, it's a blunder left, right, and center, because now that means that Not Important can recall and get to this dragon in the nick of time. Typically, when you're getting these Void Grubs, you don't have time to make it down to this dragon, so you just take the 1-for-1 trade. With Mike Lassie falling there into the respawn of Abyss, that's going to open up a timer for Not Important to be able to contest this dragon with his team.
Ooh, unfortunately, no prio, even with the jungler being gone. So can't just walk in there. Full control from the side of Paladins. But this does delay the dragon by, I don't know, how many minutes has this been? 2? Is this 2-minute delay, Cilantro? Around there.
Yeah.
And so when you're trying to stack dragons and end the game early, Dwamni also going to be falling to a gank. Delaying the dragon stackings is not what you want to be doing here on the side of Paladins. And that is a static shift. Is now Sean's going to fall. There is just deaths and mistakes left, right, and center, as you're saying. Finally, they're going to go ahead and pick up this dragon. But again, got to get these on time. Do not want to delay.
Yeah, and Not Important, maybe stuck around in the top side a little bit too long here. Was wanting to trade out to the dragon. There was a timer that he could have made it down there. Even not having prio, maybe the bot side here, as you can see, they found
they'd have to fight through Sean. It'd be pretty
Yeah,
tough.
it would be difficult. I don't disagree with their choice to take it to give it away, as Antag was gonna be able to take this first topside turret off of a gank from. Not important coming on up there to kill off this kill. Now they're gonna be sending Grotein there just to respond to the wave. We have a little bit of a lane swap coming down. It's not important. It's looking for the Weaver's Wall. It's not gonna be able to get stunned up though. And Frozen Spud's in the right place at the perfect time to be able to shield up this carry. Jennifer was able to find. Not important though. The flash bomb will come down, and Exhaust is committed. Not Lima does not have the stun on up for Sean, but it might not matter. It's Mike Lassie is there. The Seismic Shove trying to keep this Inferior alive, and it's going to be just barely enough, as Cease and Desist is just now going to be off cooldown. Egla comes in, maybe looking to maybe continue this fight, feeling strong, but no, you don't have the health bars. Mike Lassie's looking to go around, stop the backs, but he's unable to do so. And now we at least have a Rift Herald worth fighting for.
Oh no, they're not going for Rift Herald. Mike Lassie wants to get red. So you do not have the timer to go for both, and Envy's gonna shove Mike Lassie off the red buff. But I really want to see better objective focus from Paladins here. I feel like they're not on the same page, number one, and number two, over-indexing on kills. This is an objective game. We're playing competitive League of Legends. This is not solo queue. I want to see the objectives being killed on spawn, on correct timers, when you have the setup. And it looks like that is not happening for Paladins right now. And on to our second point, that is a static shiv, and that is a Trinity Force.
Yeah. It's interesting. The build paths are definitely interesting coming out here. But not important has already got that Blackfire Torch going ahead and spawned up and is moving up towards this top side. So has an item advantage at least over this Vi after clearing a ton of his top side camps, and will want to potentially push this lead. Should be communicating to the team that he is a little bit stronger. Well, now the Triforce has been completed, so he still has a little bit more stronger damage into his pocket than the Vi does, because he's got those short boots, 5 AP stacks, as well as an amplification tome. So he's going to be looking to push for this potential Rift Herald. Lien has moved up into the mid lane as well, so we're going to have some sort of fight I'm expecting to break down here. Mike Lassie is going to have to respond to the Tom Kent out of Antigua going towards Chaos Tier 2, and this is exactly what they want out of Sean's fan club. The Vault Breaker is going to go ahead and be charged on up. The Intercurse Arrow is going to go completely wide, and they use the Cease and Desist just to stop Antigua from being able to retreat. But he's done a ton of damage to Dwamni.
No!
But he does not care that he died because, well, the Rift Herald should be free and taken.
Oh no, Mike Lassie got the kill. It wasn't Dwamni. Unfortunate here. And that, going for that top play means they don't get Rift Herald. As not important. Looking at for a play mid lane. Right now, they're going to get the push in. Poke's going to fly right on through. And it looks like right now, not really a timer for either team. A reset should be coming through from either side pretty soon, because in 2 minutes, we got ourselves a dragon. And this is where Paladins can really shake up the game. If they get this dragon, that's going to be their third stack, and they can put a ton of threat onto Soul. And guess what? If you are walking into the team of Paladins, they have a Braum, they have an Ashe, and they have a Victor. That is a recipe for success. If Paladins get this dragon, they're going to be in such a strong position. And on the flip side, Sean's fan club, they can't really walk in. It'd be a disaster. So this is the cornerstone of this game here, Cilantro. If Paladins get this, it's going to be extremely good for them. Flip side for Sean's fan club.
Not to mention, it's a Cloud Soul. And what do you have on your team? Ashe Braum. Giga Slows. You're not going to be able to run away from them whatsoever. They'll be able to completely sprint you down and slow you, so you will not get away whatsoever. And that's definitely something that I believe the Sean's fan club team have to identify. It's crucial because, like you mentioned, it may be Soul Point. A Seismic Shove is going to end up getting flashed out by Mike Lassie. That's a jungler without a key crucial cooldown into the pocket. That could open up potential die from Sean if he could get the full ultimate commitment onto Mike Lassie, chunk him down with Lien, maybe hitting up those mystic shots. They're pulling Antigua for this next Drake as well. It's going to have a potential full-on 5v5. Dwamni has the TP, so it's going to continue to push out this top side and potentially pressure this turret. Antigua, I don't want to see you respond to that. No, you need to go help your team with this dragon because you don't have TP. Oh, this is a crucial dragon worth fighting for. If he's pushing out this ball side. Mike Lassie's in the top side though. This should open up free prio to move into the river once they can find an angle to shove out this mid lane, but they can't because the wave pressure is just there between the Victor and the Ashe. The Vault Breaker's gonna go ahead and get triangled up, but it's only an engage on the Envy is gonna end up getting rooted straight into a Seismic Shove, and he's going straight down. Envy flies flashes forward and forces a flash straight out of Not Lima. That charge was already committed, and it's Frozen Spuds shielding up most of everything. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, as it's Sean coming in, trying to find an angle on the Grosstein, unable to find it just yet. Sean, Frozen Spuds has to flash this one out. Not important, he's burst up in the flash too. And it's all non-Lima. Sure, you lost out on your jungler, but this control mage is your carry.
It is so difficult to play into. Braum, Ashe, Victor. If you do not get on top of them and get these kills, they will win a sustained fight, hands down. And you saw that Sean tried to get the kill, but the peel from the Braum comes through, and then the slows plus the damage from Victor. It's just a tall order, and they're able to kite out that fight despite the fact that Mike Lossy drops instantaneously, and they do eventually pick up this third all-important dragon here on the side of TMG Paladins. And now they're exactly in that spot that I was talking about, and they just need to play for this soul, and they are going to be able to win this game. Sean's fan club, they have to disrupt that somehow, get an early Baron, find some picks on a good timer, something to stop this.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I think they way overplayed that fight. Sean's going to be able to commit the ultimate onto Dwamni. They're trying to get some kills, some desperate gold into the pockets. Dwamni is so fast, though. Able to slow up Sean. Unable to find the knives. Nice. He's so slow. He's so fast. Holy. And, oh, the kill goes over to Not Important as well. When you definitely want to get over to Sean, because he's lacking a bit in the damage department right now, as Antegua is going for an all-in onto Not Lima, wants to be able to chomp him up, put him under the tower, but the cease and desist is going to be able to stop that right in its tracks. True Shot Barrage comes out as Mike Lassie looks for the Vault Breaker, but it could be his demise, and these come up for a little bit of backup as well. They're going to be able to take this tier 1. It's a great Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Victor. Oh my, this Ashe Victor combo is disgusting, and they found many kills off the back of it.
Well, the flanking Ashe is never expected, but it does land them a kill here. They've given up all mid-prio, so they're trading this for Lien damage in the mid lane. TP going to put that to a stop, and they're just picking up some more kills and gold on the side of Paladins here. Looks like they're trying to look for an angle. I don't think there is one. Mike Lassie in the jungle, and they get that top turret tier 1. Just the bottom tier 1 remains in this game.
Now Grotein has built Kraken. We now have Kraken on the Ashe. We maybe a little too late, but you know, the static shift is going to help. I mean, get some movement speed, get some attack speed. It's not horrible, all right. It's not what you want a first item on Ashe, but it's going to push out these waves, help him be able to catch up in the CS department against this Ezreal, and really realistically push the tempo, because in the team fights, Grotein and Not Lima are going to do a majority of the damage. Mike Lassie and Dwamni are going to be kind of with Frozen Spuds are going to be like that front line kind of like, you just tank most of it and be that sort of initiation. So Grotein doesn't really have to worry too much about damage, especially when you have Victor on your team that's pretty fed. He's going to be chunking out most of the damage, so he's realistically just playing AD carry to kind of keep the tempo, keep these waves shoved, and open up these objective timers for his team, because, like, well, you know, the jungler was towards the top side that last dragon fight, but it didn't matter because of the wave prio and pressure that Paladins had.
Looking at this game here, Paladins just waiting for that dragon timer to tick down. The closer... Whoa, hold up. Where did that happen? Bot side comes through. Not Important. Picks up a kill with Antigua. And that is going to be the 4th death for Dwamni. But honestly, relatively unconsequential. Meanwhile, everyone just letting Sean catch this wave on the top side. Not Lima going to push that in. TP coming through from Antigua. This is going to be a gank. And now it looks like Not Lima is going to have to get out of this sticky situation.
Stun up, maybe looking to pressure onto Sean. He's going to get eaten straight on. Oh, maybe a little bit mistimed with the True Shot Barrage coming down. He's going to be able to land another stun as Sean commits up the ultimate. And Not Lima tries his best, but they get the shutdown over to Antigua. That's one that you definitely wanted into the pocket of Sean. But I mean, I guess Antigua will be a little bit more tankier. I guess. But we have Dragon in about a minute. Mike Lassie just took it back. So, might be a little bit late on the timer here. But, like I said, the wave and the prio in the mid lane just is not there for Sean's fan club. They're not able to match out this push.
Ooh.
Not important. Looking
YOLOing
for
a Baron
push.
might be a Hail Mary play.
I don't agree with this.
It's risky.
I don't agree. I think I don't. I mean, they could just go take Soul if you decide to take Baron, and then it's
Well,
like,
no. They had a timer when Not Lima died, but it looks like they didn't take it. I think that could have been a game-winning play for them to take the Baron here. But again, I understand the reservations with doing Baron right there. But I think both teams don't really want to walk in on each other. Envy trying to get vision in this bush eventually will shove out Paladins. But again, either team not really happy with face checking. Wave Prio going over to Paladins, but it looks like Sean's fan club are in the river.
yeah,
Here we go. Here's something
yeah.
you can do when you have the 3 soul. You can overforce them to stay for the dragon, and you just get Baron instead.
Yeah, they don't feel that they need to go for this dragon.
Oh, they're wasting time getting crab. That
I
is such a mistake.
I agree. Dragon Baron's start Dwan. He is down a chunk of HP at the meantime. Not important is soloing up this dragon, and the fight has not started either. And he's gonna get stunned on up from the Braum passive. I'm looking. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is on cooldown. That one was used up as well. The dragon has fallen, so your Baron timer is off the board now, and you lost soul. So now it's going to be not important roaming up to this fight. The mid lane prio and pressure has gone on over to Sean's fan club. Not important, still just farming up Mike Lassie's camps, and they're going to continue to shove out this wave. Maybe a Baron angle is about to open up for the side of Sean's fan club. They're going to start moving towards this top side river. Maybe they're just trying to look to catch out Dwam Ni, but they're still trying to look for some sort of pick into the mid lane here, as Antec was going to be able to catch out that top side wave and push it on out. So neither team finding an objective, or finding the Baron there, but wow, what a bit of a blunder there out of Paladins.
A bit of a blunder, I would say. That is a pretty massive blunder. They had Sean's fan club in a chokehold. They had him in a chokehold, and they just loosened their grip there. Not only do they not get a single objective, they lose Dragon, they lose the mid turret as well, and they get nothing in return. I feel like that is such a massive mistake. Sean's fan club capitalized so well, they just kind of had him on pressure. And the engage from Paladins didn't come through, and they just kind of a bit too gung-ho on the re-engage. Didn't really pull him in on the Baron good enough.
Yeah, one hell of a play coming out from Sean's fan club, and that could be a big one to get them back into this game. You know, they still have those 6 Void Grubs. They stopped Soul Point for now. That's what enabled that mid-tier 1 take and pressured the mid-tier 2 take so aggressively because of the power of those Void Grubs. So, they're looking to win this game through the tower pressure. You know, there's no tier 1s remaining on the map from either team at the moment. No, they're all gone. It's only tier 2s. And when it comes to a battle of attrition in the tower damage, those Void Grubs are going to come out and shine. And even if Team GP is able to take the soul, I still believe that there's a point where Sean's fan club can win out this game, because I've seen it time and time again, where if you have Void Grubs and the Baron, you could straight up just win the game. As cease and desist on the not important is going to force him to be able to go out. Golden, the depth charge is going to be committed. Not Lima does not have the stun to be able to stop Sean's engage. Just forced to burn out the flash. Then Enchanted Crystal is going to end up going wide, but we have a 1-for-1 trade onto the jungler. It's going to be eaten straight on up. Versus Bush trying to go for a little bit of peel. Envy's going to be there, but the Vault Breaker is going to be able to find Sean onto the Nefiri. True Shot Barrage comes in just for a little bit of extra poke damage. So the Braum ult is going to be able to go wide as Envy is forced to be able to flash it on out. The Dredge Line and the W coming in from Tom Kench are just last-ditch efforts to be able to get out of this fight. Antec was forced to burn out the flash as well. And you got a ton of Summoner Spell cooldowns burnt within that fight. And at least 2 kills. You traded out only Not Lima. It's a massive big turnaround for Paladins. They're going to look to take this bot tier 2 for basically for free. Actually, no, Leanne is trading a mid tier 2. It's a wonderful at least trade out coming out from Sean's fan club.
Grotein just going to tank up Envy here just to get that. And, ooh, wait a minute. Looks like Mike Lassie did find an Ezreal, but I don't think you want to find the Ezreal right now.
Maybe you. Oh, no, Lima's there. Forced to burn the flash. Arcane Shift is on cooldowns. Cleansed up as well. Not Lima may not have Ghost on the Victor, but is still able to find the shutdown.
Yeah, lots of Q movement speed there from Not Lima. And it looks like they're honing in to this Baron. They're going to start it up. No 80 carry means no damage. One
Oh,
team is
great
cut
Weaver's Wall.
off. So it's going to stop it for now. Cease and desist is up, though. That's the huge ultimate that is available.
Yeah, no 80 carry from Lien either. That's a big chunk of damage already out of this fight with Sean
spot
being
not
so
important.
far behind. Not important is out of position and out of the map. Envy is just trying to help in retreat mode, but will be a little bit of a, reward for Paladins as they're able to find this Baron angle as well. And they're going to further extend a gold lead that realistically has been neck and neck so far into this game, but now it's going to be way swinging into the favor of Paladins.
Yeah, now they can use this Baron to get prio for the dragon as well to pick up that nice, beautiful soul that we were talking about. How can they play this out on the side of Sean's fan club? Need to find a pick early. It's going to be tough. They're down a jungler already. Envy now on the map. So they're late on tempo. They have 0 prio anywhere. So they have to wait for a mistake from Paladins as another pause coming through. Unfortunate timing there. But yeah, this game, Paladins have finally found a foothold in it. And they should be able to close it out. It's all about how they execute it.
I agree. Soul is going to be up in about 15 seconds. You see Mike Lassie is already there. Sean, realistically, the only person from Blue Team that is at this objective. And now you have to, so far, with the way this game has been going, is when it's Sean's fan club playing into TMG Paladins, they're losing. If they can play on their own pace, at their own speed, and make TMGP make those mistakes, catch out those solo laners, get the advantages in the fights, they look strong, they look good, they look like they can bounce back. But once again, you're at a state of position, Sean's fan club, where you have to play in to TMGP, and I do not like those odds. I'm 95% confident we are going to a game 3.
Ooh, but it's not a 10k gold lead, Cilantro.
Yeah, well, there's other factors too.
Oh, really?
The
Okay,
Baron,
you didn't say that last time.
well, the Baron is going to help them get to that 10k gold lead, so it's not there yet. But they're about to have
projected 10k.
They're about to have Soul on Ash Braum, which already tells me, and Victor that's just running everyone down. This is a composition they've been struggling to run away from without a Cloud Soul, Crims. They've been struggling to disengage without a Cloud Soul. Now they're about to have a Cloud Soul. So, what do they do?
Yeah, I mean, look, they don't have the best engage, and they don't have the best disengage either. Nautilus is there, probably the only champion that can provide either, and that's just one champion in the full team, in the full face of True Minded Gaming in this one here. So it's not looking good. We gotta say, the odds are not in their favor right now. This Baron, though, can be maximized. So if they do their best to minimize the losses, probably not going to get Soul. It's all about protecting the turrets now. So if Paladins make a mistake, they take too long with the Baron, they don't actually push up and get these turrets, still hope for Sean's fan club to find something else on a different timer. But right now, they're on the back foot. They have to wait for a mistake. They cannot make a play right now.
All right, and I've been catching up with the chat while we've been in this pause. A big shout out to Misery Esports for rating us. We hope you guys had a wonderful stream. And chat is complaining about the pause timers. Don't worry, we're right there with you. We are also complaining about pause timers. This has been a lot longer of a pause than last time. Wonder what the issue is. Maybe somebody DC'd, lots of Cox internet owners out there, so I'm sorry if that's you. Your internet company is not good. So we have some tech issues.
Wow, ruining future sponsor chances here, Cilantro.
I don't care. Sems, if I know you're watching and listening. Do not get sponsored by Cox. They are bad, and I am hoping that I'm hoping that you know they're bad.
Completely removing sponsor policy.
I'm hoping that you know they're bad. We're about quality. We're about quality sponsors here at Titan Esports. Quality. companies and things that we believe in, like Procoms. We trust Procoms. We do not trust Cox Internet.
I also, we also like making our bosses happy, like Sems.
I'm sure Sims would not be happy with Cox Internet.
Okay, we'll keep digging this hole. We'll see where it goes. We do have some tech issues for top end 80 carry. I don't know which team, but that's what I've been told. So it's not internet issues. So there you go, Cilantro.
I still like to blame Cox.
All right, you'll do that every turn. That's fine. Okay, so we get a Black Cleaver build. Oh, here we go. Back in the game. All right, now
Woo!
for the patented Riot pause. Oh, wait, maybe our production team is going to be able to skip right over it. Masterfully done.
Nope.
Oh, no, never mind. Ah, I jinxed it.
Darn.
Man. Oh, I was hoping for too much here.
They're delaying the Baron spawn. That's what they're doing. Or not the Baron.
How is this still in League of Legends after how many years? It's been like 5 years of this.
I don't know. How's the client
still happens?
How does the client still take 3 years to load because they put 14 different.
Oh my goodness, Cilantro.
What? They put 14 different things on my client, so whenever I try to click play, I can't.
I thought you were gonna say
it's just like, no. I'm a very good Christian boy on stream. When you play ranked and run it down my games, I'm not so much of a good Christian boy, but that's for another story time.
Like Bardinet. Yeah, that guy needs to get reported. As we have here Grotine with Frozen Spuds pushing this up, but the power of the Baron push coming through. Antigua trying to cross map on the top side. Is going to be able to make it here for the defense. Unfortunately, the wave clear is quite sour on the side of Sean's fan club. Not really a good source of wave clear here. They're going to rotate down to the spot side. No one's pushing up the top side. No 131 angles here. I think they could have went for it, but the map's not really set up, and they are going to just try to get this play on 2 lanes.
And maybe cut out. The stun comes down too. Do they have the burst damage to be able to cook up this Tom Kench, the catfish on the menu? But so far, it's going to be delayed because the shipping has not been delivered. But they are delivering themselves a inhibitor bot side turret picked on up. They're maximizing the usage of this Baron. It's already up to 58,000, 4k gold lead so far. They're going to be able to take this mid inhibitor turret as well, potentially. It's got a cannon, they got the power, but it's the side of Sean's fan club trying to stop it as much as possible. You got to kill that cannon if you want this tower to be able to live, and so far, Frozen Spud shielding up the cannon, just keeping it alive. It's absolutely putting it against work. 1, maybe 2 more shots. And
They should have body blocked for it. They should have blocked the Ezreal Q, but it's fine.
The cannon MVP. Oh, look, we got another one, though. It's rolling back in his replacement. That's Factorio right there. You always have a replacement on the line. As Enchanted Crystal Arrow finds Envy, and it could spell defeat here. Not only am I able to pick up 2, maybe looking for 3 onto the Victor. Yes, it's a triple kill. Can he give them over the pentakill? It's no! Grotine flashes forward with the scattered arrow, and they deny the pentakill from Not Lima onto the Victor. But this victory will not be denied. Leanne, the last one standing, but it's all for now. Frozen Spuds just runs at him with a shield, and what can you do as an AD carry when there's a shield in your face? Team GP are able to take series number 2, and we have a definite banger on our side. We're going to game 3.
Game 3, Paladins picking up a win. And I'm going to call this the Everybody's So Creative game, because look at the builds on the side of Paladins. We're ending the game here. We have a Static Shiv Ashe, and we have a Trinity of Force Mike Lassie on the Vi. Everybody's so creative here, as they are going to be able to use these awkward builds to pick up a win. And they very much needed that one, because we're going to a game number 3, and it's going to be the final decider here as who is going to be the number 1 seed.
side. Peekaboo, I see you. Peekaboo, I see you. Looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. One time from side to side.
remember how I slept in your chest. I want to forget it, take a breath and leave you away, away. But it's not that easy, 'cause you make me miss you again, again. If you want, just come. If you want, just come. Don't leave me again, leave me again. If you want, just come. If you want, just come. Don't leave me again, leave me again. Leave me again. There's no time for regrets, but I remember how I slept in your chest. I want to forget it, take a breath and leave you away, away. But it's not that easy, 'cause you make me miss you again, again. If you want, just come. If you want, just come. Don't leave me again, leave me again. If you want, just come. If you want, just come. Don't leave me again, leave me again. Leave me again.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight.
All right, everybody. We're back. Didn't think we'd be here after how game number 1 went, but Paladins proving why they are a top team and are still in contender for this number 1 seed. And now we're back to where square one was. It can go either way at this point. Both teams sitting on match point, and I am excited for game number 3 and some more cookage. Let's just set the kitchen on fire, baby.
Yeah, we did burn the kitchen. It got a little too hot in there, and we ended up with some pretty interesting drafts that came out from that. And I think we're gonna see the game totally shift away from that, and we're definitely gonna see the victor somewhere. Again, it's either gonna get banned or picked. I think that it's shown to be the key winning champion in this mini series so far. So either mid laner, whoever's going to be afforded the opportunity, will pick it up. If it is blue side, they will probably be taking it, I'm assuming. And other than that, I mean, the draft could go anywhere. Apparently, for Mike Lossie here, is the best Vi, and we're not allowed to criticize him. So I guess we'll see if that ends up playing out in game number 3.
Well, I have to say, his Vi looked much cleaner, seeing as how he cannot miss an ultimate on that champion.
Oh yeah.
So...
Oh, whoa, cilantro. Hey, you need to cool down, buddy.
Anyway, we're going into this draft, and TMGP have that blue side, so they're going to have priority in taking that victor if they want to go for it. So it's going to be up to SFC to ban it, and that's going to be meaning that they might have to give up a ban on one of their champions they've been banning out. Maybe they give up a Sejuani ban and let Mike Glassy take that champion again and pick up the Lilia. No, Sejuani is going to be banned out this time around from Paladins. So, okay, do we give up the Zeri ban and we take a Victor ban? Wukong's gonna be banned out again once here, and so now we're heading into these last bans, B3 and the R3. Team GP are gonna continue to stick with that Zeri Prio ban, and now SFC, do you make the decision? Do you ban the Victor, or do you give it to them, let them be one Victor, and then you just draft around the Victor? Although they've been struggling with that a little bit recently, but no, they're gonna stick to their Volibear ban out. Now, do you be one Victor is the question here.
Yeah, the Ashe ban sells it as well. This is kind of more incentive to go for Victor. There it is. Victor going to be picked up. With Ashe being taken away, that's the only one that would have been in contention from my mind left for this series. So the Victor goes over. And I imagine Sean's fan club were expecting this to some degree. They're going to go ahead and pick up Jin, who I think has been clear and dead away one of the strongest AD carries left in the meta right now. Especially in that lane phase, you have to be able to play this champion in lane. They're gonna slam a Jin Xerath, and I think this is a much better answer into the Victor than what they did previously.
Yeah, Xerath going up against Victor into the mid lane here is going to be able to help match up the heavy burst damage scaling that the Victor is going to be able to have. And it's going to be Jinx into the Jin. Now, Jinx is going to have a little bit of a worse time in the laning phase. Jin can be a little bit of a lane bully here. Now it's going to all come down to the support pick. We're going to be having
Zach
as a jungler for Mike Lassie. Although this one, still kind of a flex pick. This could go into the top side. It's 100% doable. So we're gonna wait this one out. It's Jin Soraka. Okay. This is an interesting combination. I personally wouldn't. I don't know, Crims. You could break it down.
Yeah, I don't think they should have went for that. They're gonna need something to pick up Jin procs for the snare. And Soraka does not shout out to me as a champion that can do that. They really want to be able to catch the Victor or Jinx, and Soraka just hangs back and heals. They could pick it up somewhere else on the comp. They're going to ban Braum, even though they have Soraka. Not a good idea, guys. Braum will never win into Soraka, so you don't have to worry about that one. And does a terrible job into poke in general. Alawi, we're going to remember that one. Dwamni does not want to be playing against that into Antegua. I do think either team has immobile backliners, so engaged champions would be good. Zin's pretty standard, can provide peel, can also engage, but I'm looking for something like Ornn. Zach does fit the bill. Champions like Ornn are really good. Leona would be an amazing support pick. Blitzcrank works just as well. Isn't great for like the team engage for like a team fight, but in the lane phase / finding picks, gonna do just fine. And rounding out the last pick here, Mundo. So they're going to apply some chase down as well. Xerath, Jin. Jin can actually get away. Xerath, not so much. The Mundo just going to be there to be a wall, as well as that chase down factor. But again, more engage. There's the Ornn. So this draft made a heck of a lot more sense overall. I think everyone's gearing up and gearing into this game because this is going to be a serious game 3.
Yeah, until we see Hail Blades Mundo into the top side or something. I don't think that's going to be happening. My money's on Team GP with this draft, personally, because of the Blitzcrank. I think that the Blitzcrank has the opportunity to single-handedly win the game for SFC, or for Team GP. Because, while I kind of disagree a little bit, Crims, I think that the Blitzcrank in the team fight has a almost 100% guarantee win factor. Why? Soraka and Xerath are on the other team. Two of the most immobile champions and he hooks one of those in, they're dead. He even lands a hook onto Jin, and it gets the ultimate down, silences him up, and Jin tries to get away with the movement speed. Jin still has 2,000 HP. All it takes is potentially 1 E from Victor, and boom, the 80 carry is gone. So you've got 3 crucial prio target picks with this hook, 2 of them being some of the most immobile champions. It could single-handedly win this game for Team GP.
Yeah, I think that if the Blitzcrank does land a hook, it's going to be good. No doubt about that. Has to be in range to do so. So they're going to have to be a bit of a mistake from the side of Sean's fan club if they're stepping up into Blitzcrank range. Of course, they're going to need vision to play it out. The one answer they do have that's very effective is Ornn. Ornn sits up in front, has the Bellows Breath, can block the hooks. That would be very strong for them. So they do have answers into the Blitzcrank. If they do get hooked, though, it's going to be lights out, and Paladins are going to be able to win the fight. On top of that, they do have to look out for the Zac engage coming over a wall, out from fog. This is something that could completely send the team fight in favor of Paladins. Same on the flip side. If Jinx and Victor are on top of each other, or an ult comes through, then the Xerath ult comes on top of that. Carries are dead, and then you cannot win a team fight. So in this game, for both teams, it's all about killing the carries. And, it's a bit rough for Sean's fan club to win the fights because they do not have the better front to back. They have to essentially play the picks. What they do have is range. So that means that it's harder for them to play. If they do just end up brawling, Paladins are probably going to win. But if they do not have their Jinx or Victor, they're going to be losing these fights. So it's execution focused for Sean's fan club. They have the harder draft, but they do have answers for everything on the side of Paladins.
Yep, I'm going to be excited to see the way this one pans out. If Team GP play any at all of an inkling what they did last game, it's going to be a clear and decisive win in my book for Paladins to take this one. I do not really agree with SFC's draft whatsoever, but maybe they're about to make me shut my mouth with their gameplay. You know what? If you could do that, I'm all for that. If they're able to pull this one off, they will deserve that victory, as we have Dwang Me into the bot side here. This is telling me they want to go for that coveted Blitzcrank invade angle. Lian is in the banana brush. That could be a prime first blood target. Has spotted them out,
early.
though. Is he going to go for the flash random hook? Frozen spot.
But he has no vision, Cilantro. What are you talking
never know,
about?
dude. Sometimes
that would be no vision on Jin, just flash hook randomly for no reason.
In the words of Biofrost, if you invade with Blitzcrank, you blind hook into a bush. That's what you do.
Flash blind hook.
He was running away, so maybe they saw it. You never know. That's some crazy.
I don't think Paladins play that very well. So they could have all walked through mid lane into the line brush if they wanted to go for that particular brush that Lian was in. That's a weird ward animation. I guess it's there. It looks janky. This is a spectator bug, I guess, but it is giving vision. So great job, observers, for spotting that one. As just no health bar present at all. I think that wow, League of Pauses here. One thing that we do have to wanted to point out is the best counter to Blitzcrank hook invade is stacking all in one bush, and then you put your tanky person in front, they hook the tanky person, and then they immediately lose the fight.
I agree. They should have expected the invade coming out, and I would have loved to have seen Antigua towards that bot side, maybe protecting Jin there. Maybe they go for the full Bushwickie, full stacking as Frozen Spuds. We have the fried spec bug now. Oh, and never mind. Here we go. Could have found a potential hook there straight onto Envy.
No, he didn't have it up. No, the CD was still there from the previous hook.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Now they're just gonna get poked out. I think so. This is one of those things on Blitzcrank where holding the hook might have more power, because then you can zone and force them away, versus you don't have hook and they know, so they'll just start bullying you and beating you up. Fortunately for them, they have Jinx, so they are able to get prio regardless of the situations. And the minion health bars are back, and now everything looks correct. I was losing my mind a bit there.
Yeah, we love Riot Client spectator bugs. It's the most entertaining part.
I think it's a toggle. I think Loki's messing with us.
What?
She wants to see us.
Wait, you can toggle that? I didn't know you could
She's
toggle
making
that.
us suffer. As Gink
Ooh.
comes through the flash away from Not Lima. Is going to go unpunished here. Zin can duel early against Zac, no doubt about it. Once you stack the Conqueror, it's GG for Zac. Cannot win. Invade coming through. Mike Lassie sensing it. Spots
But
him.
it's gonna be not important. Oh, canceled that auto there, unfortunately, but is gonna be able to get the
Okay.
stun off. Great play there from Mike Lassie, just to be able to fight back. Is
Frozen
not
Spuds is coming.
fighting with the cult props. Frozen Spud's coming up. Flash is committed, and it gank goes awry.
No prio. No prio for not important. Can't invade if you don't have prio. Well, you can, but you have to fight fast and you have to kill them very quickly. That did not happen. That fight got stalled and has to flash over the wall. So far, flashes are gone on both sides, mid lane and jungle.
Yes, sir. Now, I wonder if you can toggle minion health bars. Can you toggle champion health bars? Can we just cast on hard
Are
mode here?
are we just like throwing experiments now?
Might as well. It's game number 3. Can we cast on hard mode? Just predict who's gonna die? Just...
I mean,
Oh,
we still
no!
have portrait
He
HP.
got hit by a Xerath Q stun. He has to be a quarter of HP, and then he just lives for another 30 seconds.
Oh, both jugglers on a ward and they're both waiting to counter gank.
Oh, this is
Oh, this is-
phenomenal.
Oh, the hook comes through!
Oh, the hook just come down, but he's able to stash out away from the chompers, and Mike Lassie gets a slingshot straight on in the Ignites to be able to tick down and not important in the first blood. He's able to go on straight over to the Jinx, firing rockets into Envy's backside. She's forced to try and retreat away. Great hook out of Frozen Spuds to initiate that. He was able to buffer getting stunned by the chompers, not important, but the Ignite comes down, and he runs straight into Mike Lassie's slingshot.
Yeah, doesn't have the flash that got burned earlier. Paying dividends here. And that is first blood for Grotine, the best person to be picking up a gold lead in the game
agreed.
for Paladins here. Good look for them. Mundo going to be shoving in a huge wave, but Antigua doing surprisingly well on this Ornn on the top side, as they are probably going to be getting a CS lead up here. And now we have to start talking about Grubs. And for the Mundo side of this matchup, Grubs would be nice. They're about to hit level 6. I don't think they win the 3v3 at this moment. The Xin is just too strong, especially into things like the Victor, when there's a stun present. So I think they should stay away from Grubs. Second Grubs, I think, are going to be good. Their bot side, though, huge win just picked up. I think they should go for Dragon.
I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit. I kind of disagree. I think if they send Frozen Spuds on up, Envy is running straight down back to the bot side. It's a slingshot going straight onto Sean, who's bursting, but let's flash this hook straight onto the Xerath from downtown, straight into the double knockup. The stun's gonna be able to go wide from Xerath too, channeling up the Q. That's the last ditch effort, but not able to find much of anything. Frozen Spuds unable to get the knockup, is able to find an unimportant. The hook's gonna come off cooldown soon, but the ultimate is committed on Xerath. Lima, do you have the moves? Do you have the speed? Do you play Just Dance? It doesn't look like it. As Sean is gonna end up finding himself first blood of this mid side. Another hook's gonna go wide, but he runs straight into the chompers anyway. It's gonna be a knock-up. Silence comes out, but Grotine is able to pick up the kill anyway. W is gonna be able to be forced flash out of Envy. But like I was saying, I think that if the Blitzcrank did come up to the Grubs, they could win out.
They had a 3v2 in mid lane and they lost. So I think I would like to say that I think I was correct. Just want to say.
Okay, listen, that was just Lima not playing Dance Dance Revolution in his early teens. Like, let's be honest.
Look, you only got so many dodges in you. There's a lot of dodges Lima had to do. There's the Xerath Q, the Xin W. There just ran out of dodges at the end.
But let's be honest, if the Blitzcrank did come up, Envy would be forced to match that roam, and the Soraka versus the Blitzcrank is not a matched roam. Let's be the Blitzcrank wins out on that. And so it would be a little bit more favored because Blitzcrank could just completely shut down the Soraka.
So in the 4v4, the Blitzcrank's a lot better than the Soraka. No doubt about that. Looks like neither team is going to be able to pick up any objective on that timer, though. So timers are delayed. And this means that Grub's timer starts getting a little close for that second spawn. Both junglers, though, heading towards bot. Again, hotly contested matchup.
Yeah, first Grub's not picked up could be a bit of a blunder in this game for one of these two teams later on. into this matchup as they're trying to get Prio for first dragon up against a Blitzcrank Jinx. A little difficult to be able to do so. It's not important. Maybe looking for a gank side onto Not Lima. Still does not have the flash. It is actually up now, and so we'll be able to dodge out that one. Mike Lassington will get a great slingshot engaged, but First Bloods comes over the wall with a Hexack flash straight into a Jin root as Mike Lassie gets rooted up off of the snare. Clean up a little bit. He's not even going to be able to get the ward for his troubles. That's not important. Is moving towards the top side now. Maybe looking to get this Grubs timer and trade out the dragon.
Oh wait, this is just looking like a gank mid from Mike Lassie. All right, gonna just turn it right back around into a dragon here, and they do have the bot prio. Mid's about even. No response from Not Important. Is just gonna be doing red at this time. I think you have to smell the blood in the water. And it looks like Grotine says, hey, I think that Not Important is on Grubs. You're going to use the ultimate to check. Going to see that this is a huge objective tempo timer for the side of Paladins here.
Yeah, Not Important needs to go for this objective now. It realistically won't be able to be... Mike Lassie won't be able to make it over there in time anyway, even though he does have the mid lane prio and top lane is a little bit shoved into Dwomni, so won't be able to roam down to help either. He just doesn't have the time to get over there and to stop this, but maybe looking for a mid side gank might be able to get shot off guard.
Jungler's preoccupied, that means they can't be counter ganking.
Nope. As he comes in with a slingshot, can he get the stun? No, Sean responds with a stun, and the stun does combo off the gravity field, and he knocks him back away from the turret as well. Mike Lassie able to pick up the kill. The cellular division is going to be procced, but you're 100% okay with that. You've regained mid-side prio,
and they pick up a kill, and they don't lose anyone. Yes, they give up 3 grubs, but that was already going to happen. So great adaptation to the play. As it looks like this is just going to be a 1v1 here. Not Important going to try to fight mid lane.
Not Lima has flash. She should be fine. W
oh, wait, here we go.
Dash comes down. He puts out the gravity field. It does get the stun. Flash comes out for the last Q auto knock up. The hook! Frozen Splits comes out of nowhere, but Sean gets the better of him with the ultimate anyway.
Mike Lassie could die.
The last 2 has not fallen, but the curtain call is committed. Oh! And the snipe from downtown. You call him Chris Kyle. We call him Lean here on the broadcast, and he has found himself his first blood of the game.
I thought it was Lien. It could be Lean. Is it a reference to the drink? Like what is?
How am I supposed to know? Did I name it?
I don't know. I thought it was Lien. It's Lienfield. Yeah, Lienfield. There we go. Gun reference there. As we have Envy going to be able to help push out this bot wave. Potentially getting a plate. Dwomni is low. No ultimate.
Oh, Bolo for the orders. No,
wait, it's an execute.
It's an execution. That's horrible for Dwomni and great for Antigua. Oh my, the Orin damage early on. It's always so underestimated in every single game. And he still manages to pull off the solo bonus. Why do people still underestimate the damage that this champion can put out?
Yeah, I mean, tanks, everyone just turns a blind eye to the damage potential in lane. The trade patterns are pretty good from Ornn. That's what makes them such a potential laner. As we have the game to think about, though, not just top lane here. Sean has hit first item against Not Lima, and so that's going to be a lot of laning prio for a potential future dragon here. Paladins have picked up 1. Sean fan club obviously would like to counter back and even that up. Meanwhile, I think the grubs might just fall to the wayside here for both teams.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Like we're possibly just going to have 3 grubs and a Rift Herald for Sean's fan club. But hey, 3 grubs is better than no grubs. I gotta say, especially when you have Ornn with Demo on your team. That's going to be able to help take down turrets left, right, and center going into the later half of this game. Jin can do some tower damage, but he's only got 4 in the chamber, so he's going to have to reload over time. So it's going to be a little bit more procced over to Ornn to help take those turrets down spontaneously. Not really much of a split pressure push. Split pushing
look at this
pressure.
blue vision. Just look at it. Just all over this river. They definitely want this dragon. You can tell.
I'd want it too. Every dragon stacking, especially after you get the first one, is crucial. And when you don't trade out, especially when you have to trade out that top side objective, you don't want to give them some early dragon stacking and the void grubs. Like that's just a ticket to lose out the game later on. As Xerath, Sean's channeling up a recall. We have about 50 seconds. Not Important's gonna have to path his way back down to this bot side.
Yeah, they are on a 40-second timer for this dragon. Recalls are in from everyone. They're really making sure that they have enough wards and resources to secure this dragon. And it looks like it's gonna be pretty even overall. Initial bot prio is going to be going over to Sean's fan club, but this is not the wave. This is not the wave they need to push in for the dragon. It is this one right here. So whoever gets this push has quote unquote prio.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, the vision just in general.
They're just ignoring this wave, and now they're going to go back. Grotine and Frozen Spuds here. They have officially secured it. They can move into the river. First move. What can they do with it?
Important is there. Crescent Guard is online. It's not going to find an
check the
engage
bush.
angle, though. They don't know he's there. They know there's a control ward. It's a little bit dark out. Now they're going to know that 3 members are there. Frozen Spuds looking for the early hook engage potential.
Oh, they're going to TP Ornn.
Onto the Soraka. TP's coming down. Ornn's coming straight on in. Call. The Force Golem is committed. The Curtain Call route comes out. The shots are firing left, right, and center. As Evie finds the first blood over on to his their support counterpart. And the dragon is just gifted straight on over. No!
No way! Grotine is gonna steal it away. After all that, it's just gonna go to the Jinx rocket.
Oh my, the fight just not keep stopping as it's Dwamni caught out into the mid lane is going to end up falling for all of that. The stun straight onto Not Important with this Victor ultimate committed to damage too, but they want to get at least something for their troubles out of this. They committed so much, SFC, to try and take this dragon. They're going to at least try to take a mid turret out with them, but another great slingshot engage is going to get silent straight on up, but the Ornn is in the middle of this, going to get stunned down. This Rock ultimate not going to be enough to be able to keep him alive as the Cellular Division is going to get this jungler straight back on this fight. Chomper's going to end up going wide, not able to find anything as Sean is going to find the better of his mid laner once again. Not important.
Oh, nice dash.
Trying to be able to get out of this, but is so far unable to. Silence is going to hit Grotine. She's trying to go for these autos. Not Important's getting healed up straight out of enemy, but she's trading out her health bar just to be able to heal him up. It's going to be a great W shot as Grotine is getting his passes stacked up once again. Sean is forced to be able to flash away, but Grotine is going to have the W on cooldown once again, but the blast cone is going to be able to help him get out. Oh, maybe a little bit more damage there would have helped him find the execute there onto the Xerath.
Yeah, it's not going to pick that one up. Does have TP, should be able to defend a turret here. Riftchild is going down in the meantime. And yeah, the heals from Soraka keeping Not Important alive for quite a long time, but they decided to re-engage, and that did not go so well. Dwamni back out on the map, full tempo reset is going to help push this in. Grotine going to do the final shot to knock it down, and it looks like they're going to go for engage.
Oh no, Not Important again. You don't have a Soraka on top of you this time around. And it's going to be just Sean shooting in the... It's a shutdown. The Sean damage with the Xerath ultimate is absolutely absurd. Look at the health bars. They're just dwindling away. Nalima gets stunned out. Curtain Call committed too. They're going to give another kill on over to this Jhin. And it's just going to be Frozen Spuds left to their devices. I'm pretty sure he knows you're in that bush.
What?
Flash Q to deny the execute. Totally worth it. I
know.
I would have done it. I would have done it.
I know. I mean, I guess mental damage. I would just keep Flash, but huge back-to-back fights, and this time Sean's fan club are going to be the one victorious. And you can see, even if you hook someone like the Xin or the Ornn, if you are focusing your damage into these frontliners, guess who's going to be ulting in that back line? It's Sean and Lee N with their super far range. And they're just going to be, it's just going to be an open gallery on Not Lima and Grotine. And you can see, they're a mile away, Cilantro, and they are getting their shots.
Yeah, that's their win con, and they're playing to it perfectly on the side of Sean's fan club so far into this game. They picked up a 3K gold lead, just merely about to be 3K. Rift Herald still on the map for about another 3 minutes. But yeah, I like to see the Sean's fan club. You know, they had the harder draft on paper, but they're playing to their win con perfectly. It feels like they're very comfortable on these champs, the Xerath, the Jhin. They've scrimmed with it for a little bit. They've recognized how teams are able to develop a win con around their team and around this comp, and they're pulling it out into game number 3 when they need to win the most. And it could be a difference maker for them here. They could be putting the nail in the coffin for this number 1 seed. We see the positioning. They kind of want to go for this referral, but they're not really pulling the trigger on it just yet. I feel like somebody needs to spot out. There's no real vision down there, but if they knew Mike Lassie was in the bot side right now, they would be starting this Rift Herald. But they're playing a little bit precautious. They're playing a little bit safe. They do not want to blow any chance at blowing.
Wait,
the lead that they
Antigua.
have.
Antigua's looking for something. No vision. Okay, has to go back.
I feel like it would have been a massive bait if Mike Lassie engaged onto that or like.
I don't think they were thinking about that. Rift Herald, though, mid pro coming up, top pro from Dwomni, trying to dirty farm these creeps up here. Oh, wait, they're not going to go for Rift Herald. They're just going to go for the kill.
EP coming straight on in. That's going to be Antigua coming on up. It is going to run straight into the.
Oh, the heals from Soraka!
Healed up from Soraka! Absolutely massive coming up clutch. Routine trying to chunk down this wave potentially. The silence is not going to be able to ever dodge on out into the Call of the Forge God knock a push on. That is a devastating combo. Frozen Spud's just going to walk to their demise as Mike Lassie gets rooted up within the Gun Fruit ultimate. Has to be able to slingshot on out of there, but the Rift Herald damage has been started straight on up. Antigua is going to continue to chase down these members. The curtain call is committed. Mike Lassie is not able to take a shot yet, but Dwomni is eating all of them. The last 2 are going to end up missing out, but it does not matter because I was going to say they could get a Rift Herald for their troubles, but they're going to keep chasing Dwomni.
I think they'd rather get Dragon. So they're just coming in here for
that's
Dragon. Dwomni just happens to be in the area. And it looks like they're chasing him down, but they're trying to get this Dragon. I think they're going to have to fight, though. Antigua on the flank. I think Notlima is in trouble.
Alima gets spotted out, but Sunfield's going to be able to come out. It's a great knock-up, however. In the meantime, Grotine is on the upper side of this wall. We saw what Jinx did last time. No Super Mega Death Rocket in the back pocket just yet, and it's not going to be online by the time the Dragon is extremely weak. Goes for the W shot. Nope, not nearly enough this time. Not important. He's got the smite timing.
Yeah, Zap not going to get that Dragon here. Ooh, Frozen Spuds. Okay. Is going to be dodging that Xerath here. Ooh, Notlima, if they could get it would be nice, but has to start running away. Not important, coming into full view there. And right now, it looks like this game is still fairly even, in my opinion. The one key difference, though, is that Sean's fan club, they have the gold exactly where they want it in the hands of Sean and Lien. They're 2 damage dealers. Basically around a K to, just around a K up on their counterparts here. And they're going to be hitting their item spikes faster. So on the second item spike, I expect them to be looking for more aggression, more kills, take advantage of what they have right now.
Yeah, I agree. SMC could 100% end this game before this Mundo and Jinx are able to get hyper scaling, hyper tanky, and the Zac is able to get a couple more items within the toolbox, and obviously the Victor scaling is going to be another win con into their back pocket. So SMC, they've got to find another fight here in the next 10 or so minutes, specifically around this Baron, maybe potentially, and find that kind of lead to sort of put this game in an endable state. You still got mid tier 2 to be able to take down and force your way into opening up that side of the map. Top lane objective turret has finally gone ahead and fallen. So, but this Jinx and Mundo are still a win con as well as a victor for the side of Paladin. So this game is nowhere near being close to ending, and we're 22 minutes in. SFC, they've been winning out a lot of these team fights. It's been looking really good for them. But as we know in League of Legends, all it takes is just one thing to go wrong, and Paladins will once again be in control of the scaling of this game.
Yeah, one thing right now, this game on a knife's edge, as either team can take it 2 minutes away from this next Dragon. But right now, it seems like both teams taking a chill pill. No plays really being generated. Everyone's just farming up. And it looks like the item spikes have been matched on the side of True-Minded Gaming Paladins, because they are also on 2 items across the board here. Full tank Zac coming through. And so I'm expecting a Black Cleaver. No, that doesn't look like a Black Cleaver from the side of not important. That is going to be Sterix Gage instead, opting for more tanking and survivability.
I don't blame him. I mean, he's the one that initiates most of these engages, and he needs to be able to live. He's going to be in there auto-attacking everybody. So he needs to be able to live on out. And I don't realistically blame him for going for this optimization. Black Cleaver, you could put it on the back burner for just a little bit, you know. Let this man live out in these team fights so that they can push these advantages and push the lead that they have. I mean, if that guy falls first, the whole team fight could just collapse after that. So, and go into the favor of Paladins.
Wait, actually, does Zeal build into the armor pen items from 80 carry? Because Leanne has got a Zeal. I don't see the what is the armor pen?
LDR.
Yeah. Well, no, the one before it. That only gives a little bit of armor pen. I'm forgetting the name of it.
You don't
Before
really
LDR.
go. Wait, no, Zeal doesn't build in the LDR at all.
Yeah. So and
This
so
could be. Is he building RFC?
yeah, I think it's RFC. I think that's the problem. I think it's RFC. So these tanks are going to be quite tanky from the side of Paladins. They don't have Black Cleaver, no armor pen. Of course,
Jesus.
if the carries are dead, then you know you're going to have enough damage in the team comp. But in a front to back, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Well, Jin's not good in the tanks anyway, even with LDR. He's only got 4 bullets. So
I mean, you can get the 4-shot on the burst timing, but yeah. So they definitely can't hit tanks now. They couldn't before, but it's getting worse. So their only option is to find these picks, and they're not looking for one right now. So it might just end up being a front to back cilantro, and we already noted how that is not beneficial for Sean's fan club.
full side river control. 15 seconds before the dragon. This is looking phenomenal for Team GP. They have the wave clear, they have the prioing, they have the positioning. They full on set up to win out onto this dragon, but they might have tossed it. The interesting engage there out of Mike Lassie. Now, not important is firing back with an engage of the call. The Forge God's gonna be coming down, and with a lane like this, should be some easy cleanup knockups. Mike Lassie forced to go into the ultimate unstop out of Antagua. Trying to be able to clean up the kill onto this tanky Zac, but is unable to find it. The curtain call combination with the Zerath ultimate is going to be able to chunk down a ton of damage. Jinx trying to fire back within this fight, but is unable to find anything past the front line out of Antagua. And, you know, it looked so good for Team GP, but they like, that straight up engage onto an Ornn, that took your dragon and tossed it out the window.
No, they can engage on Ornn, but there has to be their backliners hitting the Ornn. That never happened. They were completely zoned out of the fight. You can't front to back without your backline, and they just toss all their tempo lead for an engage into the jungle that they didn't have any vision. It's okay to go on the Ornn. You're going to win the front to back. You have the better front to back comp, and they don't put it together, Cilantro.
It's not okay to go in the Ornn there.
Well, in that scenario,
Yeah.
do not go into the Ornn.
No, they
can't
had great
let-
positioning. They had wonderful positioning in the river, and they also funneled into this right side tri-bush into the bot lane, which set up the most free call of the Forge God I've ever seen. If you were an Ornn player and you're looking at that angle, you're just sitting there and just oozing and awing, because that's the most freest call of the Forge God in your
oozing?
lifetime. Yes.
You're oozing.
Did I say the wrong word?
You said oozing, but you know,
well.
I think it adds more flavor. You know, it's a different spice. Yeah, it's a different spice. We're not being cliche, as we are going to be progressing into this game. So, what should have been a win for Paladins ends up going to Sean's fan club. And now, again, look at this gold differential on the carries.
Ooh.
The bounties grow. Hold up, a hook coming through.
Yeah, but Groton does no damage to the Crescent Guard and up Xin Zhao there.
Oh, and now the
there, curtain
ultimate.
call. Another call the Forge God committed to, but the stun up is going to deny the knockup. Not important is still alive, Crims. He's just healing off of the Dr. Mundo. It's supposed to be the other way around. He's full HP off of Divine Sunder, Shiraka. He didn't die that entire time after getting engaged upon.
Well, if you don't have your Jinx, where's the damage to kill this Xin? Bruiser sustain very well into the tank. Sean trying to get away from Dwamni and Eggwood, providing that peel. Not Lima. The last damage dealer left. Stun coming through. Lien!
Oh, Lien barely gets shut down by Mundo. Give his life on over for it. To find at least something in the grace of God for the side.
Okay, I'm with not important. Everyone should have been at Baron. Not important had the right idea, but everyone got sidetracked.
We must kill Mundo. Mundo need die.
All right, they're going to go ahead and get out of here because now they do not have tempo for this. Better to reset to get these waves in better position. And unfortunately, they will not be picking up the Baron after what was a very much dead win for the side.
Oh yeah, that was the freest Baron. That's one of the freest Barons.
You know, so they have the Xerath is so good, especially right now at this point in the game with the Ornn. The Xerath is so good because from out of vision, out of your screen, the ultimate will come through, and if you have the Ornn Horn for the slow and then the knockup, you can land every single hit. And I bet you right now, a full ultimate from Sean will kill Grotine. Just one ability.
Yeah, it's possible. He'll just hit him with a Q and he'll be dead. We have 3 item power spike over on the side of Lien already on the Jhin. The Jinx struggling to be able to bounce back. He's built up the scimitar, or is that scimitar or is that execution? I don't remember which one goes into Mortal Reminder. As Jinx is just trying to get a little bit of heal cut. He's gonna be able to proc that pretty easily with the Rune and Hurricane. I still like LDR better as a tank shredding item, but Call of the Forge God coming out from the Choo Choo Train anti-well, I could mental damage, mental damage.
It was a bluff. It was like, I have my team behind me. I'm ulting, and not Liam was like, oh my god, the team's here, and then they weren't. So it's just a bluff.
Mental damage. He's giving him PTSD as Mike Lassie is looking to get engaged.
Oh, the miss.
He has the flash. Oh boy. It's starting to feel like Paladins are becoming a little bit desperate for something, as it's a great flash engage gone to Grotine. Lien is able to clean up that kill. The current call is committed. Frozen Blood has to burn out that flash. Lien, maybe the snare is going to come off cooldown here in the next 3 seconds to be able to help root these guys up, and they're going to be able to help find this 2-2. Oh, it misses. It goes completely wide. Mike Lassie first to be able to burn out that flash is Dwamni coming in with the flanking Mundo. New tactics coming out in season 2024. Flanking Mundo now is the strategy within League of Legends, as the Baron has gone ahead and been started. Not important, just healing up off of hitting it, not with that Divine Thunder, and has Jiraki healing sitting inside of the back pocket. We're getting close to a 10k gold lead, Crims.
Not the fastest Baron. I think they could have tried to stall for something, but again, if they die there, the game's completely over. So they'll go for the safer play the other side of the map, get push in the mid lane. Dragon spawning at 20. Unfortunately, because of Hexgate, they will actually have enough time to catch up to this dragon. And so Hexgate coming in, making a difference here. All coming through. Ultimates on everyone except for Jhin, as well as Xin for a couple seconds here. I think Sean's fan club just have to wait. Don't start a fight just yet.
I agree. Call the Force got committed off of a straight up root onto Nalima, who gets absolutely eviscerated from this game. This combination is deadly. If you are scouting this Sean's fan club team, you are going to be wary of this Jhin Xerath, the Xerath Jhin. There we go. Words are a little hard sometimes. The Xerath Jhin combo, the range that they have. You think you're gonna have an easy win con getting onto them. Oh, we'll just
the steal attempt.
Mike Lassie gets the steal.
It goes through.
What is happening this game?
Well, the dragons are kind of irrelevant. So that's a nice takeaway, but your base is being destroyed. So they're gonna go ahead and pick up the inhib.
It was all the ruse.
They should be able to pick up more turrets on the back of this as well. The dragon was nice. It's a nice pickup for Paladins, but unfortunately, they are going to be losing the map control entirely. And with one inhib down, and with this Baron, I think the Barons, they have half of it, so they should be able to attempt one more inhib. They're kind of getting stalled here, though.
Mike Lassie getting the engage off here. Jinru's going to be able to come down. Call of Gorge God is committed. The Chompers are going to be able to root up, and Egg was not going to be able to find the knockup coming out of the Orn ultimate as it's Dwamni in the fight, taking it to him. Not Lima was able to slay an Envy. That's the healer out of the fight. This could be the win con for TMGP. Maybe they found
1,000.
It's a great shot down into the pocket of the Mundo. Just Guard is committed. Jin's able to find the trade-off onto the Mundo. Not important is able to kill off Not Lima, and he's able to fight back. This Jin is so tanky and can live through just about anything. And Egwa finds the final killing blow onto the Cellular Division, Zack. And they still have the Baron buff. They can still continue to press forward. It's all up to Frozen Spuds and Grotein. Both have to retreat to the fountain. They need to get crucially up to full HP as the Jin Snare is able to find Frozen Spuds already. Now it's just up to the Jinx. Maybe if she can kill off. Not important. Super Mega Death Arc is not going to be up though. No Execution is going to be online. She can get excited. She might be able to kill this one and turn it around, but it's not looking likely. It's just 180 carry and a dream, but your Nexus is exposed, and so are your chances of taking the #1 seed. Sean Fan Club take it, deciding game number 3.
And they are picking up a win off what is an incredible draft adaptation that they made. They knew the victor was coming. They had a perfect counter strategy. The Xerath Jin is so great into these short range champions who have no mobility, no answers for that Xerath ultimate plus the Jin ultimate there. And then the keen eye to go for the Ornn to set up these extremely high damage long range abilities. And Not Lima and Grotein could not play this game. It was so difficult for them. Even if they had a strong lead, they would really need so many defensive stats. And they were on the back end of every engage. After a certain point, Antigua just throwing down the Ornn ultimate, damage comes through, fight's over. And so credit to SFC. They knew how to play the comp. They did it very well. On top of having the idea for it in the draft as well, kind of were a leg up in their adaptation in this game 3.
Yeah, what a phenomenal game coming out of Sean's Fan Club. They looked comfortable. They looked like they played that composition time and time again. Not important, lived for so long throughout those fights, and it was just really hard for Frozen Spuds to find a hook angle onto those back line carries. If you are a team headed into playoffs for the Conqueror League, this is a composition right here that you need to watch out for. Do not let this happen because they will run you down.
Yeah, well played from them. And they are going to be the #1 seed. So some poor soul has to go up against them. And I believe in the second round. But we'll see as the draft bracket is going to start lining up here, because that's the final week. And we are going to be heading into playoffs now.
Alrighty, well, we hope to see you back. You will not see me here next week, unless something happens spontaneously and I fill in once again. But you will see me tomorrow. If you love Titan Esports and want to come out and watch our Immortal League, we still have a couple weeks left, I believe. We go all the way to week 9, I want to say.
Yeah,
week 8 or week 9.
More.
So we still have a couple weeks left before we head on into the playoffs, and we've got a banger match lined up. I believe it's going to be the Ember Wolves going up against Dorado Gaming Gamma, I think is, or Dogma. I don't know. There's so many dogs in that league. It's hard for me to keep up with it sometimes. But we got a banger of a match.
You're flaming a lot of people.
What? I'm not flaming anything. There's a lot of dogs in there. Like literally, Ember Wolves are technically a dog. And we have 2 Dorado Gamings. And then we have a Dodo Dog, Dodo Drop Dead Gaming, whose abbreviation's dog as well. So it's hard to keep up with sometimes. Anyway, we have a banger matchup for you guys tomorrow on the Immortal League. So if you're not sick of my face just yet, come on and watch tomorrow. But that's going to do it for us today. Make sure you keep up to date with all of the Titan Esports socials, and make sure you can join our Discord if you would like to have a shot at playing in one of our leagues. Big shout out to everybody in the production crew and everybody behind the scenes making this happen. Sems, Loki, Sherigan, all would not be able to do this without you guys. And make sure you have a wonderful night.
If you want, just come.
walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.